Hello, everybody, and welcome to the show today. Very happy to have you here. Hopefully, you have had yourself a very good weekend since last we saw you. Today, we are doing another indie book, which you guys know we love to do. This one is called The Casket Girls, once again from Bones Art and our very own Johan. And it looks spectacular. Not to be surprised, of course, Johan's a very good artist. But I do love this pic. They got the cover art we're looking at here. It really tells you exactly where you are and what's going on, doesn't it? I mean, and that's important. You need some kind of picture that's going to really explain the situation to you in one breath. And it does that really well. We're going to be getting into all of that today and looking at the project and hearing about its future. And they seem to have a lot of things going on. Alan seems to be having some problems. Hopefully, you'll be able to get yourself in here, sir. We do love to see your take on stuff. But let me go over here and say hello to everybody. Of course, we have Bones Art with us, looking luxurious there in his beautiful leather chair, sir. Yeah, congratulations.
Thank
Uh,
you.
I have myself a similar chair. I do love it, sitting behind a nice wooden desk. It is the way to go. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no. The Americans and their plastic. I don't know what to tell you, dude. I really. But nevertheless, glad to have you here. Of course, we got all our normal artists as well. We got Eric. We have Rabbit. We have Alan, and of course, we have Jeff as well. How you doing today, Jeff? No. All right.
Oh, I'm doing swell.
Oh, it's good to hear. He says yo in the chat, everybody. Hopefully, we'll get some more people piling in here soon. They're all becoming a little bit tardy, Eric. A little bit. I'm gonna have to crack the whip, I think.
Yeah, I think you're going to have to. I mean, I have an excuse because I'm doing a show before this one, and I hop over this one while that one's still going on. But I don't know what the rest of them are doing. I think they're just being lazy.
Yeah, no, that's true. They'll roll here, roll in the next few minutes. I know.
Except for Jeff. Jeff last week had a 2-hour interview.
He did. And
Yes,
I listened
did.
to every minute of it.
Who did you interview for 2 hours, Jeff?
I forget now.
What?
Seriously,
he was
I forget.
interviewed.
This is the problem with getting old, Jeff. They have pills for that.
Well, that's okay. I'm getting interviewed next Wednesday too. So
I see. All right. But he is selling his books, which is good.
yes.
Keep
Yeah,
banging them out here.
Guess who has a book coming out pretty soon? So
Yeah, right. No, that's good. It's good to hear, man. This is the third one, yeah? What's the name of this new one?
Revenant and the Cult, and it's busted up into 2 books.
Ooh, he's already breaking off into duologies.
Yes, I am.
Oh wow, that shows you things are moving along for sure. How you doing, Rabbit? Feeling bad today? You said.
Yeah, I'm alright. I'll be alright.
Yeah, well, it's good
I
to
won't
have
be that
you
loud.
here. We have one of your fellow Europeans with us.
Technically, I'm not part of Europe anymore.
Politically maybe, but geographically.
Yeah, I know.
I've always found it very interesting. I'm an American, so what would I know? But I do love, because every British I've met don't want to be associated with the Europeans.
I don't really care either way.
No, I love it. I think it's
I've been to Europe. It's okay. I like Europe. It's a nice place. Most of it, anyway.
Oh no, I imagine there's plenty of nice places there. You're over in the Netherlands, right, Bones Art?
Yes, that's right.
Which area are you in?
Gelderland, near Arnhem, which some history buffs might know from Operation Market Garden.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, Bones Art, the only history buff here is me. So you and I can just have a conversation for a few hours and let them shut up. We could do that.
Yeah, sure.
But I'll get yelled at because anytime I talk about history here, Bones Art, they get angry with me.
Not me.
No, not you.
That's if it's in context.
Well, it's because you don't give us time to have you ask about your talking toilet.
Oh, well, fair enough. Nevertheless, we got Jason here from Mr. Motion. Nice to have you, dude.
Hey, what's up? I'm a little tired tonight.
Well, I think we got a good project. Alan, how you doing, man? Alan, are we still having mic trouble? What's wrong with you Californians?
He's not Mike. He's Alan.
That's true. Yeah. Johan, the artist,
He
is
says
here.
he's a mute. He's fine.
Yay, hello.
How you doing, dude?
Yay, fine.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. I really love the art. I looked at the references as well, and of course, we'll go through the Kickstarter here in a moment. Yeah, it's pretty cool, dude. You got a banger
Yeah.
here, man.
Yeah, thanks.
So excellent. With that, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the Kickstarter. But of course, first we want to get these guys going. So Jeff, would you do the honors now, Jeff? This is a steampunk space opera. No. Maybe?
No.
No, it's not a space opera. It's an alternate history series.
Oh, okay. Those are cool. I like those. But steampunky. So Jeff, steampunk us. Go ahead and start it out.
What kazoo music would you do for steampunk?
Something steampunky.
Oh, God.
You could go
The
with
Marilyn
Marilyn
Manson.
Manson. Yeah.
That's not a good answer.
That just doesn't work.
Well,
I mean, it was
I'll take
close
it.
enough.
There you go. All right, guys know the rules here. Of course, they got 2 hours. They can do whatever they want. This is a PG-13 show. It's not for the kiddies. Although I don't know that this project is particularly adult. Maybe it is. I should probably ask those questions.
It's more adult than my previous book. That was Enwin. Do I have Enwin handy? Yes. This is Enwin. It also takes place in the same universe.
Oh, nice.
This is also illustrated by Johan, by the way. And this is, it's young adult still, but it's very wholesome. The most wholesome steampunk book, one reviewer called it. And this with the Casket girls, I could be less restrained. Not very explicit, but suggestive.
Could you hold that sideways for me again, please? Sideways. Jeez. How many pages did you... You are just torturing Johan. How many pages is that?
It's not a comic. It's
This
a
is just
novelette.
the book, and this is icy. We're doing that's the novel.
It's a
We're doing the
novelette.
comic. I was like,
people have
woo,
been asking
goodness.
for a comic, but then we're gonna have to. That's my 6,000 goal for my
I see.
Kickstarter. Then I'll consider making it a comic.
I see. All right, cool. Well, that's excellent to hear. And of course, I wish you guys all the success as usual. Of course, the artists here have plenty of reference to get into. And of course, they've seen these kind of works from you guys before, which is awesome. Now, what I'm going to do, whilst they get started, get their structure down, I'm going to go ahead and go over take a look at the Kickstarter. You can just take a look at mine here, says Chester, and you can come along with me, Bones Art, and help educate everybody on what we're looking at. All right. Now, of course, this is the comic cover, the book cover. It looks really good. And of course, here is the Kickstarter page. Now, it's already starting out. You're already starting to make some money, so that's awesome. Tell us a little bit about it. How did this one come about? Why does it exist? We already know that it's in the universe, but why this particular the Casket Girls?
So this is something that came about. This is about a penal battalion that is using more futuristic weaponry than most of the world of the Association of Ishtar. I'm actually working on background videos explaining how this came about. And essentially, the Casket Girls are driving the robots of that particular penal legion. This was something, how I work for all my larger books, that I start writing short stories, and on those short stories I base my larger books. And one recurring unit that kept being referenced was the Penal Legion, to bring that alive, I wrote a short story called Lights in the Dark. It's now the first 2 chapters of the book, and that described the experiences of one of these Casket Girls called Marie, and It was included in a little bundle, a little comic. I might make that comic a stretch goal, at least a digital version of that. And
That's cool.
yeah, it was an experiment, and people loved it. So it became inevitable that I needed to make a bigger work out of that. And yeah, that became the Casket Girls, in which actually Eric made a drawing of Marie, as she is later on in the book. And yeah, it's an exploration of what life is like for the Casket Girls and for the convict serving in the Penal Legion
Well, there you
and
go.
its commanding officer.
Well,
No.
therefore, that brings up a couple questions for me. One, I do notice that in the Kickstarter here, you can get bookends and you can get miniatures and stuff, which is cool. But the first question that pops to my mind here with these convicts that are being forced into war, I'm assuming for time off of their sentencing, right? Why are they
Yeah.
girls?
So okay, this kind of like comes back to the history that's associated. Like the history of the Penal Legion is inspired by Devil's Island. It's an actual colony in the French Guiana, the Cayenne prison colony, but it was better known as Devil's Island. It became quite notorious eventually, also through a mistrial that had taken place in the 19th century. So that became kind of like the background, and you got to imagine that to populate these colonies, they sent a lot of men there. But they also started like incentivizing women to go there as well. And eventually they tried sending female convicts there, because the idea was that once these prisoners had served their sentence, they would move into the Cayenne proper, the city itself.
Right.
This had mixed results, but there were very few women, so they also tried sending women there. One name for these women were Casket Girls, and they would be put in a separate compound, which was a convent, where they would be separated from the male prison population. That kind of like I'm not I'm not actually sure why I chose women. Maybe it's because of the story that in particular the Russian army employed a lot of women in their tank forces because women are smaller. That's why they make better
Right.
as well. They're more comfortable in tanks than most men are. Let me put it that way. So that was probably an inspiration for it. But also the idea that the female population was separated from the male population anyway, and there were far fewer women. So it kind of like all fitted together that way. Um,
Well, it's interesting you're using French Guyana in your alternate universe here. Guyana is currently under extreme threat from Venezuela right now because of
yeah,
all the oil
yeah,
they have found. But Casket Girl tradition is a thing. It's historical. Matter of fact, if you go to New Orleans, they still have that culture down there, right? The Casket Girl
yep.
culture. So that's pretty interesting that you put that in. Most people wouldn't recognize that history. But then again, the French have a habit of basically either criminalizing, illegally or not, women and sending them to various colonies for, reproduction purposes. They've done this many times. Just go to Quebec. I mean, literally, Louis went around, told his people to collect all the prostitutes of Paris and sent them over to the men in Quebec and Montreal. Literally, the French have a habit of doing this. But then again, well,
Yeah, that was a very short-lived practice, because there was an enormous public backlash against it.
sure, they want their
Usually these women
prostitutes.
would be, yeah, it was a way, but it was a not very popular program. So I think it lasted for like a couple of decades or something. But a lot of these women would be financed, especially in the early period, which led to another interesting phenomena, which is called the Petticoat Rebellion.
Yeah.
And that's kind of hilarious because you had all these women. They were basically financed to go over there and start raising families. So they would marry these men over there. But all these men were either Navy men, they were trappers, they were like all these what you see like in the Western frontier towns.
Hmm.
Those type of guys that were used to living in the forests, going away for weeks on end, and do whatever it is what they were doing,
Right.
and
Not
they
quite
would
the
basically
Parisian
live.
lifestyle. Yeah.
Yeah, and they would like live in these hovels. Um, and once they were married with these women, they would leave these women in these hovels and go out to do whatever it was they were doing. And yeah, the women were not very happy about that. So they would refuse to feed these men. They would refuse to let them in their house until they made them a proper dwelling.
Right.
And then that was referred to as the Petticoat
Yeah.
Rebellion.
Right. But no,
Uh,
that's impossible. That could ever happen. You have to understand, Bones Art. Modern history tells us that women have been oppressed until 1965 and have no
yes, of
voice or
course.
say in anything whatsoever. Yeah. Yeah. So
Yes, of
it didn't
course.
happen. It's just that's fake. That's fake news, dude. That's fake news. Yeah, but of course, this is very interesting. I don't want to go. I want to go deep into the history of it because it is pretty cool what you're using. But just the fact that I just kind of want to cover it slightly so that everyone knows that there is history behind what he's doing here. I do have a question though. We seem to have a partner book from Laura Hayer.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah. So yeah, Laura Meyer, she is a friend of mine who does a lot well, she does a lot of fashion design, and she regularly runs Kickstarter. She also does game design as well. She tried to fund some games on Kickstarter. She has mixed results with that, but you can follow her there. And yeah, this is basically a book with for the people who like to get their needles and threads out and start making Victorian inspired clothing. So yeah, and you get this ebook, and then you'll get like some sewing patterns, stuff like that.
Well,
So
I
yeah, she
would.
also has a name eludes me right now, but yeah, that's stuff she does. She does a lot about fashion and costume making and stuff like that.
That's very cool. Actually, I do love the Victorian styles like I see you wear on the show. And of course, in your various photographs here. But my wife looks at me sideways if I would do something like that, so I have to wear modern suits. And, yeah, she doesn't get it. Yeah, no, I 100% agree that modern people dress incredibly bad. It's
Especially
ridiculous.
men. Yeah.
Yeah, especially men. Well, the women are basically naked, it seems. Which the men probably don't complain about very much, but it's insane to me that they are literally walking around in t-shirts, sweatpants, and flip-flops. It's like someone needs to go around and just slap them about the face and head and shoulders and deal with this. Men should dress better, but just I think it's a monetary thing. And it's just the corporations trying to make every penny they can off of the least amount of resources possible. But it is unfortunate. But I can already hear the groaning coming from my artist. I do love this. I'm going to flip back over and come look at the some more here later. You do have 3 videos in the body of the project, which I love because your trailer video should be short and sweet to the point, right? But putting information in the body of it for those who are interested is a great idea. So you get a world atlas there and stuff like that. It's pretty neat. But I'll come back over to that. Let me go take a look at how the art's coming along first. But thank you very much for that. So Eric, are you now better informed?
Yes, but I already knew some of the history. Yeah.
Well, that's cool. I know there are a couple of educated people here. I know. So that's good.
Queen Elizabeth was a man, baby. Yeah.
Oh, that's where we're going with that. Although, have you seen all of these accusations against a lot of these, older, manly-looking women for being actual men? I'm seeing quite a bit.
Yeah,
Honestly. It's weird.
I could see some of that.
Yeah, I don't know. Does it matter? Do we actually care?
When they're in the bathroom with my wife, yeah.
Or daughter.
Well,
Whatever,
fair.
yeah.
No, that's fair. But I was talking more about Macron's wife being actually a dude, Jeff Bezos' new girl being actually a dude, Michael Obama being a dude, those kind of things. I've been seeing a lot of headlines on that recently.
I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah, but I'm just like, why would, even if it's true, why would we care?
I personally don't.
Yeah.
So long as they're not in the same bathroom as my wife.
Yeah, no, that thing I get, but it's just that's getting into a deeper part of the conversation than I wanted to go into. But anyway,
and there could be claims of false advertising.
That's fair. That's fair. But I am looking at the art here, and this is kind of cool what Eric is doing. He's not doing a casket girl at all. He's doing a casket zombie.
Actually, that's Lieutenant Gousclair.
Who is this?
It's one of the characters.
Lieutenant Gousclair. Lieutenant Gousclair is a maimed soldier.
He's not a zombie?
He's not a zombie, no.
Eric?
But if it makes you feel better, Chester, then yes, he's a zombie.
Well, I mean, it could
it looked
just
like
be the
he did some kind of accident.
Oh, it's a Red Skull thing. All right, I get it. Okay. I just blame Eric on doing a bad job. It's not your fault, Bones Art. It's Eric. Do better, Eric.
I'll start over.
Okay. Actually, I think it looks really awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's already kicking out. So, all right. So we got a character here, main character here. Let me go ahead and. Did I somehow pop out? I did. All right, there we go. Let's see here. Melissa is working with her new software. And how you think it's going to go today? What are we working on motion-wise here?
Well, let's see. I'm planning on kind of keeping it fairly simple.
Mm-hmm.
Having like inside the cockpit and like having like a dangling rosary or just things kind of jostling around.
Sure.
A bit. Yeah. That's kind of what I'm shooting for. I've been using the software for a couple of weeks. And I am getting better at it. I feel pretty good. I've settled on an image, and now I just really need to. Well, Johan's really good at drawing. I'll try to do it justice.
He is. That is true. That's all right. You just do your thing. I did see something recently. I've seen several of them actually, and people are taking these like notepads, these several 100-page notepads, and doing art like they used to do in the old day, where you take it, just kind of flip it, and it gives you a motion picture, right? Like the old way. And I've seen several of them. One was really beautiful. I mean, I can't even imagine how many months they spent on that.
That'd be great.
Yeah, the amount of work. Yeah, but it is cool. I do like, but things are easier today. You can do things with just digitally that would take you months or years in the past. So it's a good thing.
Yeah. It would be cool to have a book to flip through like that, though. That'd be a neat piece. I don't get it. Why are they all the same? Not exactly the same. Not exactly the same. Just flip through it really quick.
Well, now there was a fantasy book I remember. I think it was Piers Anthony. I read back in the 80s. And I always liked him because he kind of writes in pose, right? And I rather like his stuff. But I do remember I think it was one of his books that up in the top there was just a little character in each corner on each side, so you could flip the book around. So there were two little animations. You could just flip through the book and you have this character moving. I think it was the Caterwaul. I'm pretty sure it was Piers Anthony. Eric, do you remember this book?
I do not. I think you're making it up.
No, I remember a book doing that, and I think there were other ones as well.
I've seen other books, but I don't remember any titles of them. But I knew there were some like that.
Yeah,
they had
the
little flip animation at the top. Yeah,
it was a neat little touch, I thought. Yeah.
Yeah. So most of it's like novel pages, but they just had like little pen and ink drawings up in the corner.
Yep, up in the corner of every page, they had a little character, and you just flip through and the thing is moving. It's simple flip animation, but it was just a neat little touch. I do remember there was it wasn't mine, but someone had a notepad when I was in high school, and it was a Gary Larson notepad. And of course, the cover had a
Oh,
Gary
wow.
Larson. What was the name of that little skit he did?
Far Side.
Far
Oh,
Side.
yeah, Far
right?
Side.
Had one of his famous ones on the cover, of course, but then it's just notepad. But down in the corner, it had one of his characters, and you flip. It was a flip comic, right?
That's fun. I didn't know we did any animation. That was pretty cool.
I don't know if he did it or someone. I don't know who did it. I just remember seeing the
Someone
note.
compiled it.
But it's basically a notepad, but just down in the corner, right? That was pretty neat. Yeah, I like those kind of things. It's I don't
That
know.
is cool.
It is cool.
I used to do that in school.
Yeah, no, yeah, I've seen kids
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah, we take our notepads and draw little stick figures running across the top and turn it into a little flip book. Yeah.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, I don't have that talent, but yeah, I've seen kids do that. I had one kid, of course, he went on to do illustrations and stuff. I had heard, I don't really know, but he was just fantastic. He didn't even pay attention in class at all. He just drew. Well, but the thing is, when the teacher come over, in their early years to get mad at him, they looked at it and they just walked away. Because it was that high
That
level,
good.
right? It's like Matt
Wow.
Weldon level in high school, right?
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Man.
Punish him. He's too talented.
Yeah, they just
Yeah.
let
That was
it
no,
be, dude.
Matt Weldon.
Matt Weldon is an amazing artist. Yeah.
That was no
Yeah.
Matt Weldon, but that was my life for sure.
Oh, you too? Yeah. Well, you guys all have your your independent styles, but Matt is, I don't know what it is about his art. It just
Something, yeah.
it's just striking. It's just striking. I don't know how to explain it. It's scratchy as hell too, but it just strikes you. He reminds me a little bit of Dan Fraga, really.
Yeah, kind of the way
I
he
just
brings
wrote
those lines together, though, it's like they're light, but they come together in kind of a soft, round way that it's striking. It's like he's drawing the outside of the thing that he's thinking of and not building it, which
Yeah.
is just kind of different, I think, from the way most of us learn how to draw,
Yeah.
is how to think about what you're building and then structure it through that. And it's like he's kind of seeing it and then just sort of tracing it somehow. And it's like, what is that?
Yeah.
It's a neat approach.
It is. Now, this kid who sat next to me in my chemistry class, which I don't know why he was taking chemistry, but he sat next to me in the class, and all he did was draw, and it was freaking amazing. I love looking at it. But I do know that after when we all went to university, he went up to Boston like me and was going to one of the art conservatories up there. But whereas I would either live in the dorm or I had a girlfriend or something like that, so I just stay in Boston. He actually stayed in our hometown, and he rode his bike to school every day.
Wait, how long a ride was that?
Hours. Yeah, hours.
Oh my gosh.
But he was a bike dude. That's pretty much all he did. He was the bike dude and the art dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's probably pretty thin, huh?
But it's
He
good,
was
man.
wicked fit. Yeah.
Pretty cool dude.
Yeah, he's a cool dude. That's for sure. But I'm curious what happened to him. Really, I know my friend said he was working in the field. So okay, I don't know.
Hopefully he's got a car by now.
Well, I hope he's done something because he was phenomenal. So.
That's awesome.
And it was kind of
That's
cool
cool.
because when we were little kids, because I moved around a lot because of my dad, and I ended up coming back, but to a different district. But he moved somehow. It was in that district too, because I knew him when we were little kids. And
Oh.
I sat next to him in art class. And even back in elementary school, he was ridiculous. Right.
Oh.
So I remember it's just one of those people. I'm sure you guys either have similar experiences or you know of people like that.
Have you Googled his name?
Well, I can only remember his first name.
Oh, I
Yeah,
see. Pity.
yeah, it is. He was really, really good. You know what he loved to do? There was a Dragon magazine. There was like a bunch of little comic strips in the back of that, and There was one of them there that I can't remember the name of it, but it had a weird name and a weird character. It's like Zoids or I can't remember what it
I
was.
remember Zoids.
Burps?
No, it was a weird little character. But he used to love draw those and do little animations with them. Anyway, enough of that. Let's see what the chat is doing over here. We got Alan, who is speaking in the chat because he's not speaking here. We got Jeff as well doing his thing. Thank you, Jeff. Alpha Proto, hello. We got Melissa in here. We got Blue Moon as well. Alan says, you can't hear me groan, sorry. Bezos' girl was super hot in the 90s. She is plastic crazy is all. Oh, yeah, I don't know, Alan. What do I know? She was a local reporter here in LA and appeared in a couple of movies, including Fight Club as a reporter. Yeah, no, it is unfortunate what girls are doing to their faces with all this plastic surgery. It is unfortunate. Let's see here. Blue Moon says, I did that once in high school with an entire sketchbook. It was a dog catcher trying to catch a dog, and he fell and wind up falling into his own net. Of course, yeah, that's perfect. Good job, Doug.
I'm scared.
Yeah, and of course it was done in the Tex Avery style, even when he was in school. Yeah, I know. It's perfect. Alrighty. Well, I've looked through all the art here, except for Alan's isn't showing. Let me see if I can get it to pop up again. I think you're going to have to drop out and come back in, Alan.
Maybe the sound will decide to behave then, too.
Maybe. I don't know why he's having trouble. He never had trouble before. Everything just worked. And then all of a sudden he's having trouble. He probably went and bought something fancy. Don't do that.
Get something nice. Upgrade, right? Then everything goes pops.
Well, it's weird. You know, we have trouble with mics. People have trouble with mics. But the $3,000 mics, the $30 mic, seems to really be the thing that works best. Stay away from those expensive ones, right?
The more you pay, the smaller percentile it'll work well. Maybe it will work really great if it works at all.
Yeah, it's weird. But nevertheless, cool. Everyone, we're seeing the art come together. Thank you all very much. We'll see some neat things as we go along here. But let me go back over and take a look at the Kickstarter again whilst you guys are doing that. And so Bones Art, I'm going to take a look at the trailer here. Question I always have is, am I going to like it?
I think so.
Okay. Is that a
I
promise?
hope so.
All right.
It did very well on YouTube. So.
Well, that's good. I already noticed that you have videos inserted in the bottom, so this should be short and sweet, which is proper.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I am Lancet Bokal, creator of the Association of Ishtar, a series set in a universe of steampunk and cosmic mystery, and probably one of the most extensive universes in the genre to date. I want to invite you to help us expand
that awkward silence.
Well, it's okay. You don't need to hear it.
Girls, a supplementary series.
Ooh, they're in a prison uniform.
Where anomalies called
are
opening up all over.
That might not be good.
Most of these are harmless portals, but
no,
some
actually, Johan's art is usually not risque.
Weird beasts. Whenever the local authorities cannot contain these
anomalies,
penal battalions
it's
are
not.
No, not at all.
to contain
It's
the
not
threat.
I'm sure it's very cool, but generally it's, you know, you don't want to, if you're in prison, something went sideways.
He has to change her ambitions. We don't just offer books, but also STL files for your printing pleasure, like this Steampunk Mecha, and many, many more. Creating this series is truly an adventure for me. So far, all the funds have gone to the many artists who helped me bring this world to life. I hope this enticed you to pledge. For just $1, we offer free weekly content, like wallpapers and ebooks, so the sooner you make your donation, the more you get. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to bid you adieu, and as always, make things your way.
Very cool. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. I'm usually not into the talking head stuff, but that one worked. And you used the multi-camera angles, too. Very nice cinematography there, sir.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Very well
that
done.
redo one lighting was terrible, and the camera didn't like it. I was like, I need to redo this.
Yeah, but it does look more professional. You should have done a Dutch angle, you know, seeing as you're Dutch and all.
Well,
They're free. So, do you
That
put
was
together
a
videos?
really, really bad joke.
Come on, dude. Come on. Give me some love for that. That's worth at least a point and a half.
That was like a Japanese pun.
It was. It's true. Anyway.
Is the thing
Would that be a koi pun?
Oh,
Wow.
It's a good dialogue.
So that's how that felt. That's how that felt from your guys' point of view.
Oh, we
All
got
right.
a new backer.
All right.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, whoever that was.
Oh, neat.
Cool.
Let me see.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Why are you asking me questions?
Oh.
No, stop it. Okay. Let me come back over here. Cool, though. But definitely, guys, go check it out. I know the link's already over here from Jeff. Of course, Jeff is a professional. The Casket Girls looks really good. There's a lot of love in this, obviously. It's got Johan's great art. And, of course, there's a good bit of history put into this alternate history fantasy. Plus, there's miniatures, which, come on. And you can buy his other stuff, too. Only is in here as well. So, you can do that.
So,
Yes.
are they all part of the
Yeah.
same like continuity?
Yes. Yes.
Ah,
And it's digital.
Yeah, the Casket Girls kind of like explores the more military aspects of the setting, and then kind of. So it's really an exploration. The first book doesn't really have like one main character. You follow various characters through their experiences serving in this legion.
right.
Their real call to action really appears at the end of the book, where the characters kind of like discover their priorities. The second book might be a bit more character oriented.
I love how Johan's picture is actually a sketch by him, and he's not showing his face. Good job, Johan. Are you camera shy, Johan?
Makimura did
Yeah.
Shiro did the same thing.
Not really, but yeah, a little bit camera shy. But that time I haven't got any a good camera shot, I think. So I remember that I once drew this, so I just put it in there.
Fair enough. Yeah. Now you got to go out and get some headshots. Be a professional, Johan. Alan,
But then you still have.
I can show off some prints real quick for people who want an impression of the 3D prints.
please do. I'll pop it up. Just go ahead and just
Let me
share.
see,
Alan, you're still not displaying for me, dude. I really don't know what's going on with Alan and his stuff. It's a real shame. You're displayed, dude. Go ahead.
Yeah, so here we have two of the bookends. I recently got these. These are the characters from Bound for the Sticks. What's special about these prints is that they were made in PLA instead of resin. Very finely printed PLA, but I mean, they look amazing regardless. So very happy with that.
Actually, that new
then
stuff
we
is
have-
really durable as well, you know.
And let me put her on our pedestal. I often bring this one to events. So, yeah. So this is also another character from Bound for the Sticks.
Oh, that's great. Look at
The
that.
miniatures can be printed at like any size that you want. Really, they look great. And here is a prototype of the mech. This is not the final version. With the standard pilot, that is with the standard edition. We also have a premium edition, but that was a early bird. Now it's just included with more of the higher tiers. But yeah, if you get the mech, you'll get the pilot with it. And,
that's good.
Yeah, it looks great.
That is
So
cool.
it's
Do you have
really
a 3D
proud.
printer yourself?
No. I have too many hobbies already. So
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, it's something I would like to get though, because it looks like a really fun thing to mess around with.
Especially if you like making board games. Oh.
You have one, Eric.
I've got two.
Oh, neat. There you go, Alan. You're working now, dude. Yeah, no, it sounds like it's a lot of fun, and there's so many sites you can go to and get files from, like which he's talking. Bones Art was just talking about. There's so many places you can like join like Patreon for like $5 a month, and like every month they drop a whole bunch of files on you every month. It just sounds like a neat little hobby. I love miniatures myself. I have a lot of them, and I paint them. It's the only artistic thing I do is painting miniatures. That I can do well.
Right.
Yeah.
Good. Great.
And
You should get
let's
you an
see.
inexpensive resin printer then, because I mean they're great for miniatures.
Sure. That would
Yeah.
be perfect.
Well, like I said, I've been thinking about it, but like Bones
I'll
said,
tell you,
I
I've
have
been
too many
a
hobbies.
member of a
Too busy.
I've been a member of a Patreon that gives you miniatures every month for about 2 years now. I'd
Wow.
be happy to share those files with you.
Yeah. Zeman Miniatures, who is designing our miniatures, also has a service like that on Patreon as well.
Yeah, it's cool, man. It's definitely. If I were a younger man, Eric, I'd be all over that. Yeah. But then again, I don't
We're the
know.
same age.
Well, no, meaning if I was like a high school kid and I had free time, right?
My son, who's he's almost 30 and has 3 kids. Him and some buddies went together and bought a resin printer because they all play D&D.
Sure.
Oh.
So they share it and they all print them out and stuff and have fun with it. Yeah.
Oh, that sounds great fun, dude. Yeah, it's good fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was funny. I was watching the Red Letter Media this morning and their best of the worst that they put out. And one of the videos they covered was an old Panasonic video, operation video to show you how to use their word processor, the electronic electronic
I saw
digital.
that one.
Yeah. And it was very nostalgic for me because I remember that period. As short as it was, I do remember it. Because when I was a kid, we actually had typewriting classes.
We did.
We did. Dude.
Had to bring paper to school.
I want a
That's right.
typewriting class. That's not fair.
Yeah. Hey, man, 80 words a minute.
Hey, me too.
Typewriters are awesome.
Yeah. Not really. It's proficient. I mean, the real fast people are like 120, 130 a minute. That's serious.
The little keys are flying off at that point.
Yeah.
Paper catches on fire.
That's a handy little thing they taught us with that. It comes in useful. I mean, I type all the time.
There you go.
I do too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Communication is important.
Yeah. Well, the thing for me is, you guys know, one of the things I do is I translate Mesopotamian into English off of tablets, and I just get photographs, right? And they have all sides of the tablet, and then I just will translate it. But I use this extra monitor I have here for the YouTube, and I put the image over here. I use my mouse to rotate and control it on the software I have. And then I just I type, but because I was taught how to type, what do they call that? Touch typing? No.
Yeah.
The one where you don't look. But that's what they taught us in school. So I'll just look at the tablet and just type away. I don't have to look at my hands at all. I just keep my eyes on the tablet and just translate. It makes it a lot quicker.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And
I
guess
actually learned to type playing typing of the date back then.
Oh, right. No, dude. That's how my
it's-
kids learned how to type, was off of games like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
it ain't broke.
Have you ever seen these typing games, these challenge typing games?
Yes,
Yeah, it's cool.
I've done it before.
Yeah.
I still can't type. I still have to look at the keyboards when I type. I guess I didn't learn anything.
But you got a little faster at it with practice, I'm sure.
You know what you need to do,
Yeah, I guess
Jason? You know what you need to do?
Yeah.
Just do it. Don't look and type, and you'll find that actually you can do it better than you think you can. You get used to things. It's like when I do music, right? In practice, I always have the saxophone. I don't need it, but with the singing, I always have the lyrics in front of me. and it in going into the live and putting the book away, I struggled to get the lyrics perfect, right? So what I did was I stopped using the lyrics in practice and just did it, and it worked.
Oh.
Because I did know the song, I just took the crutch away.
I can see that. Kind of like you need to have more confidence in what you can do, but that's even that takes a couple of tries and not always succeeding, but still have more faith in yourself than that.
Yeah, but I'm just saying it's something you just have to do.
Yeah, we need the knowledge too. I think the typing of the date game actually taught us how to type with 10 fingers. So
no, it did. Those games, my kids didn't do that particular one, Johan, but they did similar ones. They're great. It's a wonderful teaching tool. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, of course. But the problem for me was that I used to type with certain fingers when type a certain letters with certain fingers. So I have to re-educate my fingers.
Right, you did.
Yeah.
But I remember my son just did it because it was like basically homework, right? They did it at home, and he can type just fine. It did stick. But my daughter was really into it, and they had this. And it was all done online, right? Of course, I had several computers around here for the kids to use, and they had it set up nationally. Right, this was part of the Japanese education department, and the kids were competing to see who could get the highest speeds, the most accuracy, and stuff like that. My daughter was really into it. Yeah, it's neat. I love those kind of. That's clever education, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, how did she do then?
She did pretty well. I mean, she never won anything, but she was competitive, which made her a faster typist. She's faster. She types faster than I do.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, you know what? That benefits you. I mean, she works given the field she works in. I'm sure she does a lot of writing projects too.
Well, I don't know. I mean, she is a pharmaceutical chemist, so
not as many reports. More lab work.
I don't know. I'm not really sure. Anybody here a pharmaceutical chemist can tell me what you do in that job? Anybody? Anybody?
No.
I'd imagine there's reports to be filed. I don't know.
Making secret information about chemical weapons, maybe.
No, she's a pharmaceutical chemist, making medicines and stuff like that.
Yeah, medicine.
Maybe like more reading and writing, like formulas and stuff.
I'm not really sure what she does at all, to be honest with you.
Probably not a big cauldron with multicolored liquids that you mix together and turn into potions.
Modern day alchemy. I don't really know, but she seems to be happy, so they're good enough for me.
Absolutely, that's awesome.
Yeah. But at first, I think she was kind of awkward about it because she doesn't really like people.
Oh.
But it looks like she can just quietly do her work at my son and daughter are literally the opposite. My son is all about people, and my daughter is like she doesn't care for humans very much. I told you, that's a bit of a problem. The world is full of them.
Yeah, that's true. Everywhere you go, there's some more of them.
But then again, she is on the verge of getting married, so I'll just shut up.
A good one then.
There you go.
There you go.
How about you, Mozart? Are you married?
No.
No. Was that a happy no or a belligerent no?
Yeah, we just never. I never been in a relationship, so.
Oh, I see. Well, you might want to try it.
Tell you, bro. I feel you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I always blame my mother-in-law. So.
Your mother-in-law?
Yeah, she never had a daughter.
Oh, I get it. Okay. No, that was a joke. I got that. It took a second, but I got it.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a good one.
To quote the immortal, yes, owner of a lonely heart is better than the owner of a broken.
Okay, fine. Be like that then. I've seen them in concert, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, it's a real band. Their names, yes.
Was it good?
It was great. Matter of fact, when all the crowd was filing in and getting our seats, they had Popeye cartoons playing on the big screen whilst everyone was coming in. It was neat.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
amazing.
they're one of my favorite bands.
They're
Nice.
great live show, dude. I know it's surprising.
And nice deflection.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
But yeah, no. I've seen a lot of people. Who have you seen in concert, Bonezak?
Oof. Mostly small metal bands. Not much of a concert guy. So when I see musicians, it's usually at fantasy festivals and stuff like that.
Right.
Kind of like neon folk and stuff like that.
Neon folk? That sounds amazing.
Yeah, or neo-pagan or whatever those genres are called. What plays on those fantasy events.
Do you listen to Opeth at all?
Ooh.
No. Man, that's a long time since I had heard that name last. But I think I tried listening to some songs, but like 20 years ago, and it wasn't for me.
Yeah. Well, I did
have a shirt by them, but that was because I really liked the design.
Yeah, they went from like that what I call Cookie Monster metal, the growling and all that. They've moved towards a more folk, like I think they're Norwegian folk style, more acoustic.
Yeah, what's called Venom made us. Was it Venom that did a similar thing?
I think so.
Oh, I'm now confusing them with a different band. Yeah, I think it was Venom that had a similar transformation.
Yeah, just so you guys know who they're talking about, this is a Swedish band that was formed way back in 1990. They have had an eclectic.
They're hard black metal, right?
They have had an eclectic ride, dude. No, seriously, and they are, as far as I know, they're still kicking stuff out.
Oh, great.
Venom
So
or
they do-
Opeth?
Opeth, yeah.
Yeah, no, Opeth. Opeth had an album out a couple years back. I listened to them. I started listening to them like about 4 or 5 years ago, and I actually use them in my writing. Well, I listen to them while I write.
Oh,
Well,
you can
yeah,
listen,
Well,
and it's not distracting.
No, it's not. I remember I listened to their last album, Sorceress.
Yeah, there was another one that came out after that, I think.
Oh, I don't know. That's the last one I saw. There were a few of them. I remember when they came out. There was some Ghost one I thought was pretty good. Yeah, they're kind of a heavy metal. I don't know, progressive metal maybe. I don't know what you would call it.
Yeah, they're more progressive
Something
now.
like that.
Yeah. But like they're super eclectic because there's a lot of like folk and blues and classic. There's even jazz stuff that comes up.
Yep.
Yeah, they're a weird band.
So you don't know what you're going to get in any given album, huh?
No, and that's kind of cool. You know, well, that's usually a death knell for a lot of bands. But for them and some bands, they can get away with it. I don't know. It's weird that you mentioned Opeth. I haven't heard of them in forever, dude. I haven't thought about them in forever.
Yeah, I listen to them. I listen to them quite frequently.
I mean, it's got to be a decade ago the Sorceress album came out.
I don't think it was a decade. God, now I gotta look
Sure?
this up.
Feels like a decade, dude. How about you, Johan? Who have you seen live in concert?
do not see concert much too, but I like listening. Yeah, just listening at home. Because
Like
my
yeah, what band though? Say it again.
Oh, well, bands.
Yeah.
I like Mastodon. I like Mastodon.
Mastodon. Yeah, they're a fun little band, aren't they?
That's another one that I listen to while I write.
Yeah, I like Mastodon. They're fun.
I like
Yeah.
Mastodon. I like the Swedish band too, the Amon Amarth. You know, the Viking metal.
I'm rough, yeah.
Yeah.
Amon Amarth.
Viking metal, if I remember correctly.
Now,
Yeah, it's the,
now you live in Indonesia, right, Johan?
yes.
But yet you're listening to Scandinavian heavy metal.
Hey,
Sometimes
cool.
I do. Yeah, actually,
Sorry?
I listen to the music depending on my mood or uh, what I am actually thinking. What comics I am actually working actually. Lately, I trying to make a comic about the space opera thing. So I listen to epic space music. But before this, I was drawing a zombie mecha and kaiju comics. Yeah, I mean the strange the mecha the zombie comics. So I listen much heavy metal because it actually supported my imagination. Yeah. It inspired me.
Well, that's cool.
Draw.
I think it's neat. I'm not chastising you. It's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But how many things can move around the world like that?
Yeah. I mean, music is good for enriching your inspiration.
Yeah, no, I guess. You know,
Yeah,
it's weird. I'm a musician, but I don't really listen to music very much.
Sorceress came out in 2016. Their latest album is Incaudia Venerum.
Thank you.
Oh, Venium.
I haven't heard that one. So it was only 8 years ago. All right.
Yeah, well, they put out that one came out with two versions. They had an English language and they had the native, I think it's native Swedish version.
No, I'm pretty sure I listened
Nordic.
to the Swedish one. Yeah, the Nordic. Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if I. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was that one. I got it on a file somewhere.
I listened to a band from Maine too, called Elder. Have you ever heard of them?
No, I don't know that one. Yeah.
From Maine, it's not from your area, Chester.
Yeah, no,
Maine?
it is, but I haven't lived in America in 30 years, so.
So you should try. Elder is a very very good progressive metal too.
No, it is interesting that heavy metal has survived so well. I do find that interesting.
Oh yeah.
There was a lull in the 90s, but it came back strong. I like that. I don't like the growling stuff as much.
Yeah, I agree.
You're gonna hate my metal band then.
Well, I've heard your singing. I didn't hear any growling at all.
That's my grunge band though. I'm joining a metal band soon. Going back to my roots of singing, and I will be singing heavy in that.
Yeah, if you have like a really good singer and then you're kind of accenting the bridge with the growling, that's cool.
I mean, it'll be melodic still because I can't have non-melodic music. It just makes no sense.
Right.
Yeah.
It'll still be heavy.
Right.
Actually, I saw some band recently I really liked on the YouTubes. There's 3 members. They're kind of going with the death zombie gore makeup look. One guy's like in a straight jacket. They bring him in and undo him, and I think he's the drummer maybe or the bass player. I can't remember the name of the band, but I liked it though.
You don't mean Slipknot, do you? Or something?
More of us. I happen to listen to a lot of Sabaton.
No, it wasn't.
Sabaton's awesome,
it
bro.
wasn't Sabaton, yeah.
No, it wasn't Sabaton. Is not.
I've been listening to Christian metal myself. I found a band called Striper from they were like a band in the 80s for a while.
Yeah.
Wow.
Striper.
I remember them.
Did you hear that, Eric? There was a band from the 80s called Striper. Goodness gracious! You did. You're just punching us old people in the face, Jason.
I could probably still name some of their songs.
We're starting to get into your culture.
Striper was the bomb, dude. Just so you know.
No, it is. They are the bomb. I'm a fan now. Okay, so you're welcome.
Yay!
And they're still pumping out stuff.
You should. It's not your welcome.
Yes.
It's thank you. Yeah.
I even had some of their cassettes.
Thank you, bud. Thank you.
No.
Thank you, 80s, Mr.
Thank
80s.
you, that's right. Thank you to the 80s. That's right. That's good. Bow down. Yeah, Striper. Well, because we church-bound children had limits in what our parents would have let us listen to, right?
Yeah.
I did make a good
I know the
argument about
story.
Twisted Sister, which I won, which I was very proud of.
Twisted Sister, fucking, it takes me back.
They look slightly less like women than Striper.
Well, dude, if you go actually look at the lyrics of Twisted Sister, they're all very wholesome. Yeah, they're not actually, they're actually trying to help people. It's very positive rock, right?
Trying to drive slowly. Drive not slow. It's whatever they're trying to do.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Of course, I think when I was 16, when I finally was given freedom to make my choice. But then again, they didn't have much control because I was at university, so. Ha!
Okay.
I didn't have a choice. My parents made me listen to rock and roll because I was busy listening to Bolero by Ravel and a bunch of classical music. And they were like, you're so far behind on social skills. And this is like back in the 70s. And so like you have to listen to rock. They literally forced me to listen to rock and roll.
I had to listen to Jim Neighbors. Feel my pain.
Jim Neighbors is awesome. You leave Jim Neighbors alone.
I met Jim Neighbors. I actually got him to sign a photo for my mom.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Dude, that would be so valuable.
I don't know. That's
was
what I
it
had.
a Gomer Pyle photo?
No, it was just a standard headshot. I think it was probably from one of his musical albums. He was a super nice guy. He was super nice.
That's great.
I mean, gay as a $3 bill. But super nice though. He was very friendly, nice, friendly guy.
You love to hear it. It's nice when you meet somebody and they're cool.
Yeah, no, I met Neil Young, right? I was because I was playing in a band at that time. I think it was Two Step or Machine. I don't know. Anyway, I was playing with a band, and we were up at the campus club in Boston. Which Andrew, are you here?
He's
not here. But it was a big mega club up in Boston, right? You could put hundreds of people in the space. But anyway, and we had met a bunch of people, bands like Black Crowes and Jane's Addiction and White Snake, was it? Was there a band called White Snake?
I think there was a band called Whitesnake. I'm not familiar with the music, but I know the
Mr.
name.
Big, a whole bunch of those bands that were going extreme were going around at that time.
Yes,
White
was a White
Snake.
Snake.
Yeah.
There was also a White Lion.
Yeah, no, I never met them. No, it was White Snake. I remember. They were actually very good musicians, dude. But anyway, Neil Young was coming. Everyone was excited, right? This is way back when before they were megastars, right? And everyone was excited about Neil Young coming in. And he finally showed up late, of course. And he came in with his little entourage, drunk off his ass. Right?
Oh no!
And he was an absolute, my language, dick.
Oh.
It was such a disappointing experience. I mean, he was an absolute asshole, dude. Everyone was dejected. Yeah.
What a shame.
Yeah, no, it sucked, man. It was
All I
nuts.
ever heard is that Neil Young is an ass.
He is an ass, dude. I've met him. He was an ass to me.
You personally? Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
to all of us. He was horrible, dude.
Or maybe
Did you get to
he's
meet Steve
under
Vines?
influence.
Steve Vive. I met Steve Vive. He came
I was going to say, he was a member of Whitesnake, right?
I don't know. Was he? No, I don't remember him there. I remember
he was a member of Whitesnake at one time.
Was he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right before. I think it was right.
That.
It was right before I think he
his
changed to the David Lee Roth band.
I don't remember him being in Whitesnake. I did meet him because he came to one of my music classes at university, and he did like a guest lecture thing. Yeah, and he threw picks into the group, and I got one, and I ended up giving it to my brother-in-law.
Aw,
Later.
that's cool.
Yeah.
How is he? Is he nice?
Steve was cool, but I mean,
he was a very nice guy.
He was in a professional setting as well. But now talk about a guy who is seriously classically trained. That guy is the real deal. It's not like Eddie who just taught himself, or Angus Young who kind of taught himself, right? He's a classically trained guy. Yeah, he was pretty cool. That was a neat thing
You know
about going
who's
to
not
Berkeley,
classically trained? The devil.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, but he lost to Charlie Daniels though. So he ain't
The
got
devil
no.
lost to Ralph Macchio,
He
too,
ain't got
because
no
Ralph
play.
Macchio pulled out
Yeah.
the classical.
Yeah, that's fair. But no, that was a cool thing about going to Berkeley is we had all these legends just show up and do these little spot, guest lecture things. It was neat.
Chester,
So cool.
Yeah.
You should have known Neil Young was a dick because Leonard Skinner even said that in one of their songs. Said a Southern man don't need him anyhow.
That's fair. Yeah, but still, it's freaking one of the biggest people we'd ever seen, right?
Yeah.
Now I understand. I think out of all of the group during during that time, the one that probably hit it biggest was Tesla, I guess. But that was the era where all those identical type of bands were showing up, right? And I think they probably hit the biggest. But at that time, no one was a big hit, right? So it was for everyone was pretty excited about it.
Why did he even show up if he wasn't going to? I guess
contractually bound.
I guess so.
Well, that's like the Campus Club is one of the biggest nightclubs slash live houses in America at the time, right? So they put money out. I saw a lot of big acts come through there. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I hope he did a better job not disappointing the audience.
No, they enjoyed it. I mean, he's a professional, but it was just unfortunate for us,
Yeah.
You ever had an experience like that, Rabbit?
I don't really know. I don't really. Many people I've never met that have been like in major bands have all been from metal bands and stuff, and they were always cool.
Yeah, that's neat. Yeah, it's rare. Usually, you don't run into. They're pretty nice usually. But that was just a horrible experience. He's just not a nice dude. I didn't talk to him, but I sat in a room with what's that drugged out hippie cowboy guy? What's his name?
So many.
Yeah, that was
Sam Elliott?
No, Willie Nelson. Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to say Kiki Friedman, but nobody knows.
He's always on something.
Yeah, but I know, but he was pretty cool. I just sat in a room and listened to him talk. Really, I didn't interact with him. But he was pretty chill though.
Oh yeah, he's always chill, but he's always on something. You gotta admit. So.
No, he looked high as a kite when I saw him. Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
I don't know how he plays.
He could do his shtick though. I know that. Elrod, you're not sharing, by the way.
Maybe I don't want to.
Oh, be like that then.
Maybe I'm not even drawing.
Oh, fine, be like that. But speaking of steampunk, are there any other steampunk bands other than Marilyn Manson?
Steampunk bands? One. I think it was called. Oh, it was like Electric Giraffe.
Electric Giraffe. Now that was a druggy night
you're
sure.
talking about Steam Powered Giraffe.
Steam Powered Giraffe.
Steam Powered
Yes.
Giraffe. Wow.
Yeah, that's the one. Steam Powered Giraffe.
Goodness gracious.
There are lots of bands. As a matter of fact, on my YouTube channel, you can find a series of videos. I think it's called on my channel Steampunk Music for Fallout 4.
Oh, nice.
And it's a radio station for Fallout 4. There's actually a radio mod you can download.
Oh, that's cool.
It's called Old World Radio 2. And then you can actually listen to me as a DJ playing non-stop steampunk bands.
Oh, that's neat, dude. Yeah, I love modders. Modders make the world go
Oh, I
round.
love that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, modders are awesome, dude.
People who figured it out. There's all the good
it's
stuff.
really neat. You know, although some get it, some don't, though. I remember I downloaded a mod for The Sims, and it was like this big clothing pack. There was a couple of them I downloaded, and because the clothing they give you is kind of limited. But anyway, so I had there was like I think it was like 2 or 3 packs I downloaded, and they were large. There were a lot of stuff in them. But the 2 of them were one or 2 of them were fine, but one of them it was like they really I couldn't believe how many pieces of clothing were in there, and every one of them didn't work properly.
Ooh.
I mean, the clothing would stick up at a weird angle or go in weird shapes. It was completely broken.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh
But
my
in
gosh.
general, modders are cool. You ever modded anything for The Sims, Amy?
Me? Oh no, I haven't really. I've heard about like game modding and stuff, but it's nothing I've ever really gotten into. Most of my video games have been on like consoles and stuff like that, so modding is more of a PC based thing, culture thing, as I understand. But it sounds really cool, and you see people like making some stuff, and it's really awesome. And some people even manage to break like console games and start modding them, and that's very interesting.
It is. I mean, most all of my mods are actually from Norway, oddly enough, that I use for The Sims. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if. Well, I think it's from Norway. It's something in the title made me think it was from Norway. But nevertheless, it's furniture.
Nice.
And all kinds of different furniture, and it's not just the stuff you place and use. It also they have furniture that are the interactable type of furniture, like refrigerators. I know this is boring. I'll just shut up.
No, video games are fun.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. It's cool because the thing I love about Sims is the building. It's actually a lot of fun to just build houses.
To just make stuff in it.
Yeah, and property. I spend like hours just doing that when I have free time. It's cool.
I had to quit playing The Sims. I literally forced myself. I started and I was like,
I shared the link to the first video of the Steampunk radio station, by the way.
That is cool.
In general.
Yeah, I had to stop because I made like
I
knew I was
7
getting
episodes,
addicted. I was like
11 hours long, something along those lines.
Oh yeah, I see right here.
It was basically my first writing gig that I did.
That is cool. Yeah.
That's my first audio drama.
Nice.
Yeah, let's check that out. Go ahead, Rosa.
No, I was saying I actually got tempted into spending real life money on it, and I was like, dude, I can't do that. I need to spend money on my real life, not real life money on my Sims life.
I never
and
spent
so I
on
actually made
mods,
myself
but I've spent hundreds of dollars on The Sims. I know that.
Dude, yeah, I know it's easy to do it because you're like, oh, I have this live, and you're right. The housing, the building that all up, you make these relationships
The
happen.
only video game I play at the moment is Hunt, and I'm a couple of games a night.
What was the name of that again, Bonezar?
Hunt Showdown. Kind of like a steampunk. Yeah, it's kind of like a bit of a steampunky Weird West extraction shooter.
Oh, that's neat. Yeah, there was a game way back called Magica Arcanum. You ever play that?
I've heard of it.
Yeah, of Steamworks and Magic. Yeah, I actually talked about it in my most recent video.
Yeah, it was pretty cool, dude. Yeah, that's neat. But yeah, no, this thing, my favorite thing though, Rosa, is recently they came out with a new world, and you can do rental properties now.
Oh no!
Oh,
yes.
Yes,
I'm overcharging everyone, and I'm making
you
a fortune.
Just a victim. That's terrifying. Good job, y'all.
Especially that Bella Goth. You gotta get her for every penny she's worth.
Who is
She's
Bella
horrible.
Goth? Who is Bella Goth? I don't even know.
She's one of the players from one of the characters. They got there's a lot of characters. I don't remember all the names, but there's a few of them that stick in your head over time. And she's one of them because she is just a tart.
Oh dear.
Yes. Unacceptable.
Well, she doesn't break the furniture, hopefully.
No,
really.
I think they built her to be the adulterous character in the game because she's married with kids, but she will flip sides quick.
Oh, she's a hoe. Okay,
she hoe. Yeah.
Only Bella Lizzo breaks up.
No. Yeah. There's some other lady who's like a curmudgeon. What's her name? can't remember her name, but she's awful. Yeah.
So then the Sims characters, there are some like stock Sim characters that have like personalities and stuff. I thought they were all just make your own Sim and you'd
Mainly your world is full of what you create, of course. But they do have some standard characters or NPCs that are in there, sure. But actually, recently, and it's good because you can. It's not online, so you can play it as you like. Recently, I've been working on starting up the medieval run. There's a bunch of mods you can download and turn it into a completely medieval world.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. It takes a lot of setup work, though. I'm still doing the setup.
Yeah, I guess so. And this is.
Yeah. But no, it changes all of the map tiles and changes all the map referencing. When you look at it, when you change worlds, it changes the map. It's amazing. Everything it does.
Pretty sure the only thing I always mod Skyrim, and that's because it's impossible to play unless you mod it.
Yeah, that is fair.
Yeah, play without modding.
It don't work if you don't mod it.
Well, mine. Okay, I haven't ever modded Fallout, and I want to do the one where it's the Tale of Two Wastelands, where you go from where you go all the way from the East Coast
which
to
Fallout.
Yeah, Fallout 2 and actually Fallout 3 and New Vegas.
For the radio station.
I was gonna say, yeah, they're fine. They don't need modding. Fallout 4 is literally impossible to play without modding.
Oh, really?
That
Yeah,
just crashes.
This one was actually, and I think it's even gone out of. I don't even know if they run the server anymore. But used to, you could do Fallout 3. You go all the way through Fallout 3, and you go through to New Vegas with it. So you can take all your people from Fallout 3 to New Vegas with you, and that was kind of cool. And I wanted to do it, but I can't get it to mod on my Linux machine, and I know it's just because I'm limited.
No. That's because you're on Linux.
Yeah.
Don't make fun of me. I did it because
making fun. You can use what you want, but Linux. Pass.
Well, I don't know.
It had its moment in the sun, though, Rabbit. It did. About
years
ago, 20 years ago.
Oh, it had this moment when I don't have to freaking pay for any of this other garbage that Windows is coming out with.
Linux is kind of falling.
I didn't have to pay for anything on Windows. It's still pretty much, free.
Yeah, there are ways around that. But Rosa, Linux today is mainly useful if you're running an old computer.
Yeah, you can hack anything with it. Pretty much, which is what I do.
If you're running a modern, computer, it's probably better just go to Windows.
I'm not feeding that monster. I don't care. Mm-hmm. I am not doing it.
Well, like Rabbit, I've never paid a penny to Microsoft. So
I got Windows free when I got my computer.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah, it's free when you get your computer. You get a new computer each time, but they also
and then you get a free upgrade. You don't backdoor. That's all just. Whatever, I'm not getting into that.
Okay. You can say that.
I'm not getting into all this shenanigans that people believe, but
that's true.
Well,
even if they do, who cares?
Well, that's me running my business because I have a private investigative agency, so I have all the stuff in there. It's legal documents. I don't want those legal documents.
Well, I'll put my ninjas on that. Jeff, I'm going to get some coffee. You're in charge.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Help us,
He's
Jeff.
going to get coffee and talk to the ninjas.
He's going to talk to the ninjas.
I write stuff on Microsoft.
Ninja,
platform,
please.
So I better keep my mouth shut, or Rosa will beat me up.
No, I am not going to beat you up. Are you using Windows too, Jeff?
I always use Windows. I've been writing on Microsoft. I've been writing on Microsoft platforms since 1991. Actually,
really?
probably before that. Yeah.
Well,
Microsoft is too incompetent to actually steal anything.
Oh, I'm not worried about Microsoft stealing it, but I don't like having stuff like drop itself. That's probably the biggest thing with Apple right now. Everything goes up to the cloud and immediately goes in. And so it's like, even if you're taking notes, if you're not careful with your device, it's going to bloat it right up to the cloud. So it's not about people nefariously going after and just going, hey, I'm going to steal your stuff. It's just the fact that it's really not secure. And if you have legal documents, you can literally get nailed if you don't make sure that it's kind of like having a HIPAA violation. So you have to always make sure that your legal stuff, anything that's not, supposed to be there, it has to stay within your realm.
Yeah, I know.
So that's the reason we use it, because otherwise you get in trouble, which is a bad thing. And I don't want to get in trouble. I try to be good.
So, anyways,
yes, go ahead. Go ahead, Tim.
the hedge
Tell us about your
speaketh.
adventures. No, the hedge had his own moment in the sun last week. Can you tell us why you abandoned the people you love for going on a special cruise with these other folks?
What?
I couldn't even remember the name of the show he was on.
Yeah, I can't even
Yeah, I
remember the
know,
name of the
really.
show I was on.
What? You know, you gave Eric a shout out though. You actually gave it was.
Oh, I was on with Kahuna. I was on with
Yes.
Kahuna.
No, really. Kahuna's probably crying in the corner now. Oh,
And you're not going to like the fact that I'm not going to be on next week either because I'm going to be up north at my mother-in-law's house.
oh really?
Yes.
Doing.
Was
You're
it
doing something
really
special.
was it really that bad?
What, the show?
I thought it was good. I listened to the whole 2 hours.
Yeah.
No,
No,
I'm
Eric-
talking about this show.
This show. Oh, the part where Chester was like, it was like I can't get admin privileges or something. It wasn't bad. It was just funny to watch.
Rosa came on and said Chester was crying because he couldn't have admin privileges and he didn't know where everything was, and I don't know. I just
Yeah, I fudged
Well,
him.
the-
I told him about it.
The polls sucked.
That part. See, there you were missed. You were missed. So you can mock me all you want about Linux, but I was there for you, Jeff. I told you about it.
Thank you. I never
Yeah,
mocked
I-
you for Linux.
Yeah, sure you did, man.
I've also written on Unix platforms too. So
Did you really?
Yeah.
Well, the Unix isn't that different from Linux. I mean, it's like
no, I mean I've had to work on AIX, Unix, Xenix, which was the Microsoft Unix, and then
I remember that.
oh my god, that thing was such a piece of crap.
I know. What was it I was using? We used to do a Corel WordPerfect. Actually, that's where I picked up Linux first. Was I was using Corel WordPerfect, and Corel had the Linux program, and I was hacked off at Microsoft for some other thing where they were making me pay out extra money for some sort of thing. And I'm like, I'm going to try this, and that was like 25 years ago. And so I just kept on using it.
Word defect.
Yes.
I used to call Microsoft Accident.
Geez. No. Yeah, people don't realize that we actually did it in DOS. So we had, and you had to do like everything. Control C,
Yeah.
Control P, and so everything was on the keyboard. And that's actually when Windows came out, and it was like the weirdest thing because when we switched over to Windows, all y'all people don't know that Windows did not exist. And so you were doing everything in the DOS program, and so you had to do all of the keyboard commands to do all of the word processing. And so that was the reason that Windows actually was such a big deal. And that was like, what, 1995, something like that? 1993? Or 1995, I think, was when we came out with Windows 3. And that's what changed everything.
Well, I was actually working on like Windows 2.0. But that was So
yeah, I worked Windows 2. I didn't work on it. I worked with it. Worked Windows 2.0 and actually had several of the programs that we tried out. But yeah, at the time, Corel was really good. But yeah, Word blew it away pretty much. And that was just, it's nothing against the program. It was just so much more intuitive.
First versions of Word weren't as good as WordPerfect. Because I used to use WordPerfect.
Yeah. I used
Microsoft stuff in the very beginning sucked, but that's because they were Microsoft and people had to buy it.
Yeah.
Windows 2, wasn't it in the 80s?
No, Windows, I believe Windows 2, I believe, was early 90s, and
Early
I think
90s.
the first version of Windows, I think it was in late 80s.
Yeah, it's
I
like
think I
90, literally.
I first used Windows 3.1.
Really?
I think.
Yep.
I think, yeah, it's around that. It's in the 90s.
Wow.
And then the
You're that old? You can't be that old.
I'm old.
No, you're not. You're a baby.
I am old.
No, I refuse to believe it. I refuse.
Johan's 72 years old.
Well, yeah, Elrod is. Elrod's like 100. What's it, 185, something like that.
It goes up all the time. Johan, are you working on anything today?
I'll be back.
No.
Yeah, fair
Would
enough.
that be cheating?
So Johan, working on Casket Girls here. How many pieces did you have to do?
I didn't count, but there are still many. I'm still actually doing an illustration for that. I just finished a few one batch, and maybe there will be more.
Can you show us a page you're working on?
Oh, wait. Let me see.
Be kind of
Or maybe I'll give you something that I just finished. Is
Sure.
it okay, Bonsa? The
single page
is it
spoiler.
Okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, that's fine.
Is it okay? Okay. Wait. It's
That's cool. First time ever, right here, guys.
wait.
I need to find it. Where is?
So, who would you consider to be your protagonist, Bones Art, in the Casket Girls?
There's not really one protagonist. One of the more important characters are definitely Marie, who appears in the first chapter, and Lieutenant Gusclin. Another character is Toinette. She's the one who's on the banner. She's going to be taking over Marie's CB, so Marie hates her for that at the start. CB is what the machines are called.
Oh, I see.
And yeah.
Well, I see here this art that Johan is sharing. We have a exoskeleton pilot has been injured, and they're taking him out of the exoskeleton. And there's a girl here, Marie, I guess, in the front, who is sad.
That's Toinette in front.
Toinette, it's different.
Oh, okay. What's her name again?
Chester.
Toinette.
Juanette.
Toinette.
Yeah. French. Cool. It's a nice piece of work, though. I love the exoskeleton. It's neat.
Yeah, this is I like the most. I like it the most so far.
Yeah, it's
inspired by the Pieta, the Jesus. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a bitch to design those night harnesses. We call them environment suits because they're not allowed to be called that could be associated with any form of weapon system. But
why?
All their weapons are named after gardening implements. Yeah, it was a bitch to design it.
So why can't they
it also has
use
some
weaponry-based naming conventions?
Huh?
Why can't they use weaponry-based naming conventions?
Because they're made by a company that is not allowed to design weapon systems.
Oh, I see. It's like Japan and China.
Yeah.
I get it. Makes sense. It's like in Germany, aren't there like many words that Germans aren't allowed to say these days? Isn't there like restricted vocabulary over there because of their previous actions?
I think they eased those laws recently. But yeah, there were particular things you were not allowed to use, but I think they eased those laws a little bit.
Well, I mean, their current government has gotten
there's
incredibly
so many
fascist
censorship
again.
on other fronts.
I don't know why the Germans always fall into this dystopian, kind of fascism and communist type of thinking of. I don't know, why do they keep falling into that?
Well, what I hear from Germans themselves is it's just they love their hierarchies. if you're higher in the totem pole, you are expected to listen to that person. I met a lot of Germans who work both in the Netherlands and in Germany, and they love working in the Netherlands so much more because the Netherlands is one of the most egalitarian countries in the world.
Sure.
So we have and in Germany it's like, well, this is your boss. You listen to him. You don't negotiate. You just do as you're told.
It's like Japan,
It's like Japan.
Yeah, well, not as horrible as Japan, but it's a thing there.
Yeah, no, I get you. Yeah, no, I stopped working for other people long ago, decades. I will never work for another human being in the rest of my life. I will be an independent businessman. I cannot stand working for others. I will work.
But you do work with other people.
Oh, I work for people, meaning as a contractor or a boss or
Right.
something like that. But I won't be an employee again, ever.
Ever?
Ever.
Never ever?
Never ever.
Ever never?
Never.
There you go. Never.
So you are working in the university, is not
Well,
employed.
Fine, Johan, fine. But I mean, that's a little bit different, though. I mean,
Okay.
Technically, I'm a subcontractor, right? I am the night professor. I'm not a tenured professor during the daytime. I'm the night guy. So it's much more like a subcontracting type of feel, and there's no one there to give me a hard time. It's just me and the other night professors, and we just do our own thing. So
do your work, right?
Because mainly what we have is I do some lecture classes, which just simply are at nighttime. But most of the classes I do are either for people making up from other professors' classes, or they just people who are overachievers, right?
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That's a good crowd, though.
So it's elite classes, maybe?
No,
Can you say?
late classes. I nighttime.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, a little bit elite. No.
I'm sorry. Say that again.
Elite class. I mean, the elite. You train elite students, maybe.
Elite.
Oh,
some of them.
elite.
Some of them are. Yeah, some of them.
Some
are.
of them.
But it's a mix. It's a mix.
Okay.
My classes are. Well, they're not full, but it depends. If I'm in the there's like a classroom that's very Ivy League the way they built it, which is interesting. But then I have a lecture hall, and I think that can hold like 300 people, and it's rarely more than 150 in there, 170.
Right. I mean, that makes.
Which university are you on, Chester?
My wife said I can't say.
Oh, okay. I see.
But it's in the prefecture I live in, so you can guess it.
Oh.
What sonata are you?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. My wife does not like online living. She doesn't like it. She doesn't like photos. She doesn't like information on the internet. She hates Facebook and all those kind of things. She does not like it. Our family life should have nothing to do with the internet as far as she's concerned. And okay, fine. Right.
Well, tell us thank you for taking some time to share this with us. We really enjoy your company and your insight.
Yeah,
but maybe you secretly teach in Hogwarts, Japan.
There you go.
Who knows?
But no, it's a small countryside university. It's not. It's nothing fancy, dude. Yeah.
All right. No
it's
problem.
like a state college, really. Well, it's a university because they have multiple colleges, but it's like a state one, right? It's not high level.
Interesting.
Like Hogwarts.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh. You go to Hogwarts?
Shh.
Hogwarts.
Looks at Hogwarts.
I said Hogwarts, Japan.
I was offered the protection from the dark art job, but I just it's just trouble. So
You got to grow that emo hair, and it's kind of annoying.
I know, right? It's true.
You're a wizard?
Yeah, I guess. I am now, Eric.
You're a wizard, Harry.
Yeah.
You're a wizard, just.
The great thing
he's a
about doing
hairy
that though,
wizard.
because most of my life outside of that is in English school, teaching English, so that's not a lot of Japanese or music or what have you. Working at the university though has helped my Japanese improve a lot.
Oh, sure. Because you're not teaching English classes there. You're
No, I'm
teaching.
not. I'm teaching history stuff, cuneiform, anthropology, things like that, Greek, things like that. But it's all in Japanese, so it's really helped me hone my Japanese skills quite incredibly.
Wow.
My
that's
reading
cool.
is still behind, though. To be fair.
Oh.
Well, but I mean, you can still read Mesopotamian, and that's the more important part for that.
What, that dead language? Yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I mean,
Chester is secretly translating an ancient rune
Well,
to summon demons.
Yeah, well, no, let's not bring Solomon into this. But actually, there is some really cool things going on inside of that world, which I'm privy to. But I would tell you guys to, if you like history, to pay attention what's going on in Van Lake in Turkey, because it's freaking awesome.
In where?
Van Lake, V-A-N, Van Lake in Turkey.
Wow.
The information coming out of there and the things going on are they're going to change history, literally.
Holy crap.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there a particular site that you trust for this information?
Yeah.
I'm really not going to get into it.
How do you spell the like? L-I-E-K?
I'm not going to get into it. NDAs are a thing.
Thanks.
I'm just telling you, if you go and do some searching, there's some very interesting things coming out very, very soon. Especially a subtle hint for you Christians. Oh yeah.
They found the Ark.
With Gobekli Tepe, maybe?
No, that's not. That's an amazing site, and there's amazing things going on there. But that is nothing. It is nothing. I'm telling you, in the next decade, you're going to see history change, and the Christians and Jews and Muslims are going to be very excited.
Very interesting.
Interesting.
No.
Or the Muslims come back
You found God?
I can't say, dude. I'm just telling you. You go look it
They
out.
found
and find some stuff.
I'm looking it up already. I'm already there.
No, it's not about the Ark. But it's just amazing.
They found the SS Minnow.
Well, that would be the find of human history for sure. I do love what you're doing, Eric. It's pretty cool, man.
Ooh, little buddy.
Oh, thank you.
Hey, man, I love Gilligan's Island when I was a kid.
I have a trivia question for Jeff.
Oh,
does he know what Skipper's real name was on the show? Not the actor, the character's name.
Yeah, you know what? I knew it. I'd read this like a month ago, and I can't remember it now.
Yeah, I can't tell you. I didn't know he had a name until I watched
he had
episode.
He had a name.
Yeah.
And I remember distinctly that he had a name, but I mean, it's like I said, it's mentioned once.
I think we saw the same. I think we saw the same documentary.
Yeah, and I think that there was I think the first episodes were in like black and white, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's probably true. Yeah. Now I can't. What is his name, Eric?
I can't remember.
Oh,
I didn't know there was a name until I watched the first episode. I figured Jeff would know.
Yeah, they mention it right in just one episode.
They do.
Yeah, I think they mentioned it.
Well,
I think it's when they're hearing it.
Oh,
Jonas Grumby.
Jonas
Grumby,
Grumby.
really?
There we go.
I think that they say it when they're doing. They hear it on the radio that they've been reported missing.
Right.
And it is
I think that's correct.
And they say the name of each one, and they show the character, and that sets up the whole story.
Right.
So that's when we first hear it, and it's the only time we hear it.
Well,
Did Gilligan have a first name?
Bob.
Bob. Did they ever get off the island?
I think it was Dobie.
Well, that's Dobie Gillis.
That's Dobie Gillis.
That's good stuff.
There's like an oldie show on YouTube that I watched that talks about all those old things and does documentaries.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
those are pretty fun.
Well, it's YouTube has become a bit of a landmine recently.
Yeah.
Because there's just so much crap, dude. So I try to fall back onto the things I like woodworking and house building and things like that. But my wife absolutely hates it.
Oh.
So because she said, "God, this is sleepy. It's boring." So
Sleepy.
when she's about, I try to find things a little bit more interesting.
Like Gilligan's Island?
Documentaries and stuff. You know you know what she actually likes and she gets a kick out of, and it makes her mad, but she's happy to be mad. Is those stupid, I don't know what you call them. I guess they call themselves MGTOW or something like that. Men going their
men going their own way,
and
men
just
going their own way,
showing
something like that,
stupid
yeah.
people doing stupid things. It frustrates her, but she also just she likes it. Yeah.
Are you talking about the one women posting their L's? Is that the one?
Something like that. Yeah. But it's
Yeah,
not
where
just
they
women;
do
it's
stuff.
men too, and I don't know. It's just dumb people. I know that most people aren't like that, but you always have that 20% of the population that are troublesome, right?
Yeah, just everybody. There's always somebody out there.
Yeah.
Somebody just didn't have their coffee that morning.
Or they just say the dumbest things. They're just stupid people. I mean, they have no brain in their head at all.
Poor things.
Yeah,
No.
I guess. But my wife, I guess she just enjoys yelling at them for being so stupid.
She has every right.
She does. But she likes those kind of things. Another thing she gets a kick out of it, me too, though. I actually get a kick out of this as well, is watching, it's mostly black people. Black people listening to non-black people do music well.
Reaction videos.
Yes, and they're like, oh my God, white people can sing. It's like, no shit, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the ones where they pretend they've never heard like really popular songs before?
Yeah, those. It's like, really? I think you're right, Dave. But it's
I think that there's a lot of music that people haven't heard because they don't hear it on the radio. If they don't know what they're looking
it's
for,
just
they can't find it.
racism. It's just racism. Is really what it is. You get a lot of this stuff. The kind of black commentator, black creator. Not all of them, obviously, but it's just a lot of racist nonsense coming out of those people.
Yeah.
I mean, it just is what it is.
You see things and you're like, hey, this Beethoven was really good. Like,
yeah. Right. Well, I mean, just simple things like Elvis. It's like, well, he's the first mega pop star in history. Maybe he was popular for, I don't know, a reason.
It's so funny when you listen to like his recordings and some of his contemporaries, and you're like, oh. I mean, the quality of his voice is just like, that's okay. Yeah, that's
you see why he stood out.
Yeah.
When you hear everything that's going on around him.
Yeah.
Yesterday I watched a movie from the 1930s. What was it called again? Oh yeah, Hell's Angels.
Oh, that's a good movie. That's a good movie.
Hughes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great.
There were a lot of good movies from that period, actually.
Oh yeah.
Those American, those vaudeville actors who went west and to try to give it a shot in the 30s and even in the 20s to try to build up their own studios. Boy, they got lucky with that war.
Yeah.
Because the French and the Germans were dominating the cinema.
Really?
Oh yeah. Yeah, they were.
Mm-hmm.
But because of the war, everything was burned and destroyed. So these American film companies were able to just kind of grab a hold, and they became what they became, right?
We took all of their
talent.
They did. Yeah.
Fritz Long, we went to the United States during the war, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Although he did seem to have returned to Germany a couple of times, so that's rather interesting. But
Well, you got to keep in mind too. The first films were coming out in like the 1880s, 1879 or
Yeah.
8 was
Oh no, that is true. Yeah.
long time, right? They were doing stuff, and by the late 20s and 30s, they were just putting some incredible stuff out. Bela Lugosi's Dracula was in that period. You get a lot of those Universal things were popping at that time.
Follows.
Yeah, Metropolis to me is really one of the ones that comes out.
Yeah.
Metropolis is German, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff.
Yeah.
Fritz Lang, yeah. Russians too, I think.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, Russian kind of belong to cinema.
Dude, there's I've always paid attention to Russian cinema, but recently I've been watching their more modern stuff, and when it comes to like horror, particularly, they are knocking it out of the park, dude.
Oh,
there's a website that's just Eastern Bloc cartoons, something like that.
Parker's still one of my favorite films.
Yeah.
Yeah. Glass Harmonica. Look it up. Glass Harmonica, the animated version.
Was he a Ukrainian? No, I think it was filmed in Ukraine.
I'll be right back.
Okay, Jeff. Yeah, no, I mean, all the Baltic stuff, there's some really interesting things coming out of there, man. Not just Russia, but I'm just saying it's unfortunate because a lot of people don't really pay attention to foreign films as much as they should. One, and two, with this just ridiculous nonstop rhetoric against the Russians.
Yeah. They do have a lot of great art.
Speaking of Metropolis, I just saw a side-by-side of Metropolis next to that new movie Poor Things, and they used a lot of the same shots and stuff. I don't know if it was an ode or what they're doing there, but
no, that's incredible.
Yeah, like an homage. Very good.
My first introduction to, and this shows my age, my first introduction to Metropolis is actually from Queen doing Radio Gaga. And I was
yeah.
Dude, it was so incredible.
And then Duran Duran do like the whole like full-length video kind of thing for Metropolis?
Yeah, I think so.
Sorry, Joshua. It's just so outrageously stupid, dude. He's complaining about me talking about black people reacting to music. I don't know. It's just so stupid, dude. It's ridiculous.
Wait till you see what they do with.
What they do with what? Wow, I had Alan for like a second, and then he's gone.
I know. He just drops you right at the end. Wait till they.
I said, wait till you see how they react to magic.
Oh, right.
Magic!
That's fair. That's fair. But I don't know. It's just watching black people do any kind of reaction is funny. They are melodramatic.
Yeah.
Is that racist?
I guess it's neat to see, like, there are some games and stuff that I've played where you're like the Phoenix Wright game or something like that, or something, or like a movie that really struck you, and that first experience when you first find it can be so paradigm shifting, and it's such a cool experience. And I think getting to share that with anyone is just awesome, to see somebody be affected by something the same way that it probably did you, like back in the time. So I
didn't say it was a bad thing. It's just. Do you really live in such a small world? Is that real?
Yes. Everyone lives in tiny worlds now.
Yes, they do. They're very siloed.
They're getting a little bigger.
No, I look at it as a really good thing. I think that they're learning, and this is not just them. We see this with kids a lot right now. They don't know about a lot of the culture that existed prior to 2000. They have no idea. So you have to, when you introduce it, and they're just blown away. A lot of them learned about older music actually from video games. That's where you have Fallout. When you're talking about Fallout Radio, one of the things that's such a huge deal, and I love what Bonzart's doing with it, that you bring in these genres and people discover them through the games. But you have a group of kids that maybe haven't really dabbled in the things that fall between the cracks, and they hear a little bit of classical music from some of the music that they hear on movies or something like that, but they don't know the names of the songs or what's really there. This kind of, the reaction videos have done one thing. They have really opened up people to go, oh, I want to show somebody this thing. And so it's not just showing grandma. It's just showing everybody.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Maybe Tulips will step up and help to educate the youths.
There's I saw this this one video where there's a bunch of I guess
Wow,
they're
that
middle
just went
school.
over everybody's head, Eric.
That just
Everybody.
did, yes.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. That's all right. I'll deal with my pain privately.
Oh, pat, pat, pat. Feel better.
Had it make it better.
My humor's just not hitting today.
We appreciate you.
What's new?
Yeah, well, thanks, Ellen.
Oh,
You throw enough at the wall, it sticks eventually.
Like spaghetti.
I'm back.
Spaghetti humor.
Okay,
Hey.
Jeff.
I've never tried that.
spaghetti at the wall.
Well, you wouldn't want to throw spaghetti at the wall because you get in trouble.
Yeah, that's probably true. Best case scenario, what? You have to pull spaghetti off the wall. Worst case scenario, you got to clean it off the floor. I don't know.
Or no,
Yeah.
worst
That
case
sounds good.
scenario, you get locked in a closet for the next decade.
Oh my gosh, what?
That would be okay. That's a little.
That's horrible.
That is worse.
What's do you have a trauma you want to share with us? I mean, is there something that happens we don't know about?
It's not just me, Rosa.
So sad.
Alan is taking the PG-13 to the extreme today, just so everybody knows.
Oh, okay, all right. We are warned. Let us be warned.
I do apologize, Bones Art, but you now have gone pornographic, so okay.
Yeah, I know.
It's okay.
That's how you know you've made it.
That's how you know you made it. That's true, I guess. Yeah.
Mhm. That's definitely true.
I'm not living unless I'm making Overwatch porn on the hub.
Well,
Oh my
gosh,
I once
really?
made the mistake. Like I sometimes post the stuff on DeviantArt, and sometimes I make the mistake that when somebody favorites one of
Oh,
your
yes.
work, I look at like what else they favorite,
I know.
and you have like a wholesome picture of Enwin,
Yes.
the doll, dancing to radio music.
Oh,
And like this guy had that picture among all this like very questionable
I know.
toy related stuff.
No.
It's like, what?
The world is degenerate, sir.
Yeah.
It just is what it is.
sweet and bitter
I'm just
water.
kidding, by the way. I make cookies for church.
I
I mean, the cookies are like
Aw,
blue
that's so sweet.
Don't fall for
That's
his
so
bullshit, Rosa.
No, that he did do it. I know he must have.
It's not sweet. He makes black pepper cookies.
Oh,
He made churros.
Cheetos.
phallic.
I like Cheetos, man.
No one gets
I
generous
love
today.
Oh, speaking of Enwin, I can have something to share with
Oh, you
Sweet.
do?
some
You
people
sure?
might enjoy. If I can find
I
it
can
real
want
quick.
cookies.
Or upload
Oh.
it in general because
Oh,
reasons.
okay. You
I
can
think
share
that's
it here
your
if you like.
welcome. If you want cupcakes, that could be good.
That's
Yeah,
cute.
it's a video.
Oh, that's cute. Yeah, no, that's cute.
Yeah, so that's a prototype Enwin doll. We on the Kickstarter we now have keychains of her, limited
Really?
handmade.
I want to see.
But yeah, we are also working on a doll. So that will be for next year,
I want the doll so bad. I almost started
unless
to
there
do her
turns out to
again.
be like an extremely high demand for
Well,
Enwin dolls. But,
speaking of
Yes.
dolls,
I know various people want them.
Oh well, yeah,
Yes.
no, that's good. You should make those kind of things. It's cool.
Because she's adorable.
But speaking of dolls, I was watching a horror movie the other day that was about a giant spider, and the little girl.
okay.
There's always got to be a little girl, right? She
Uh-huh.
said that it's okay, mommy. Mr. Giraffe will protect us. She was wrong.
Oh my gosh, don't tell me. Oh, that's like in a quiet place where everybody good dies.
No, it's itsy bitsy.
No.
What movie is that?
Well, and
Itsy bitsy.
Enwin can protect
Itsy
you.
Bitsy.
There you
Oh,
go.
it's
Nah, it's kind of a standard rote horror movie, you know. The dad is
With a bunch
nowhere
of
to
dead
be
people.
seen. Of
Mhm.
course, it's always a single mom and little kids.
At least
Alan,
nowadays.
good grief! What are you drawing?
Oh my
Right,
gosh,
I know,
that
that's
you
what I
shocked
said.
Eric. This is terrible.
She's taking a sponge bath, Eric. Don't choke on it. I like what Melissa's doing. It's pretty cool. Amy's doing some super cute. Eric is doing something that can be put on a card, as usual. Elrod is doing his normal stuff. Rabbit is doing an amazing piece here. Alan is degenerate. And Johan has shared a piece. Let me show that again. It's pretty cool.
Yay, Johan! He's bringing the realness.
He is. Now, this girl's got a teardrop tattoo. That tells me a lot about her. Okay.
Yeah, it should.
Yeah. Murderer.
That's so pretty.
Not murder if you had a reason.
Well, the teardrop tattoo is a gangy thing.
That was
all
dark.
the other gangy people can see it and say, "Oh, that's a murderer. You're hip and with us."
That's right. Letting you know.
Yeah.
Got the ways.
Yeah, Marie has an empty teardrop.
Oh.
Oh.
Marie.
Or at least she ought to have.
You know, the interesting thing, continue with the horror movie stuff. It's always no dad, single mom, kids, right? Always. But the funny thing about it is how they want you to root for the mom, right? That's the intent. But it's rare that you can actually ever root because they're just horrible people. Making stupid mistakes, saying stupid things, doing stupid things. And I see this all the time. And someone keeps telling me on these various shows that feminism is a thing. But yet I see these women in movies constantly do the ones that are doing the absolute dumbest things and are the root of all the trouble. And it's like, well, that doesn't seem very feminist to me.
Yeah, it's setting up a situation where you literally put yourself and your family in that, and the whole premise behind it is that somehow she'll get out, that she'll make it. And that's
but she's a horrible person. You want her to get ate.
But you have to save the kids.
Well, I mean, that's fine. We can save the kids, but we should kill her.
Like every character in
the survivors are women, right?
Well, one at a time. Alan, you said what movie? Alan?
Like all the characters in Terrifier?
Oh,
Terrifier.
yeah.
Well, yeah, they all deserve getting got. That's true. Yeah. Terrifier is great, though. I love that. I won't show that to my wife, though.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
No.
It's great, but I was like, oh, just kill all these people already. I was rooting for Art the whole time.
Sure, me too. Yeah. Absolutely. Rooting for Art. Absolutely.
It's just too long.
Yeah, a little bit. The second one, yeah. Johan,
the second one I did, it's like 3 hours, no thanks.
Yeah, but it is fun, though. And it does have one of the best body horror shots in movie history, dude. That was a great scene. Johan, you said something?
I mean, yeah, the woman had all the troubles, causes all the troubles in horror movies, but sometimes the survivors are also them.
Yeah, that's my point. It's like you're not rooting for them. They're not people that you want to survive because they are the root of the problem 99% of the time. And they're often just horrible people. I mean, truly horrible. I mean, you kind of want them to be sympathetic, like, say, Ripley, in Alien. You want Ripley, you're rooting for Ripley to survive, right? Because she's a try-hard, woman. She's scared, but that's what courage is, right? You want Ripley to succeed. But a lot of these horror movies, especially recently, she does. Yeah. But
That's
a
why
lot
you
of them
care about her.
they're just
Other than
horrible.
that, she has no children. Someone's got to feed Jonesy.
That's true.
And if she dies,
Speaking
no
of
one
that,
feeds Jonesy.
did you watch the new trailer?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Have you seen
What do
it?
you think?
Well, it's about to tell us a teaser, but
Well, still.
Personally, I think it looks pretty good, but time will tell.
Well, the problem was
trailer of what?
well, the last two looked great too, but the movies weren't great though.
I don't know. I think they were good movies. It just weren't good alien movies.
I'll give you that for Prometheus. The Covenant, is that what it was called? Yeah, I didn't care for that movie. I thought it was a hot mess. Prometheus, you're right though. Unfortunately, we see that a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Heroic mom character rescuing her kids done right. Secret of Him.
Yeah.
No, Secret of Nim's great. Perfect example. She's lovable. You want her to survive. You want her to succeed, right? They just don't. I don't know why they do that, but like I said, there always seem to be about the the feminism, right? But yet the women are dumb and they're troublemakers. It doesn't seem very pro-female to me. It's just weird.
Like they always the trope about no, don't go into the basement. No,
really that part?
It's always something like that.
Well, no. See, me personally, I know how to deal with basement problems. It's called a Molotov cocktail.
Okay.
Yeah,
This is your own basement. It's not.
It's okay. It's mainly stone. It'll be all right.
There you go. Okay. If it's stone and it's got a leak, then it's probably fine.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah.
No, you admit what would be in your basement, Chester. You're in Japan.
Well, I live in Japan. There are no basements here. So
a Tanuka would be in the basement.
Yeah, I don't have any basements. Yeah, actually, my entire house is lifted off the ground by a meter.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So you just have something living under your house.
Under the house.
Buffalo Bill.
Well, there is a separating wall on the inside for the courtyard, but it's like a grate, like a lattice.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't look underneath the house really that much.
Unless you're throwing the lotion in the hole.
Well, no. If there's an earthquake, I'll go check the beams, the structural beams, of course.
The lotion supply.
You live by the ocean, right? By the sea.
I do.
Yeah, I think most of the houses have lifted floor, right?
They do.
Yeah.
Not all. But my home, modern ones, they do it in a slightly different way. But this house, this compound that I'm living in is like over 100 years old, 150 years old.
Wow, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they built them great back then. I haven't had to do that much repair. There were some things I had to do, but in basically what I really needed to do was just reseal everything.
Nice.
So, is it an old house?
It is. Very old house. Yeah.
What did they use for sealing back then? Was it still silicone or was it something else?
No. The ceiling, first of all, is way above me. So it's like, I don't know, 18 feet?
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
16?
All right.
Yeah, it's very, very
What
high.
style are you?
This is
What
Japanese
style
style. Yeah.
Okay, it's traditional Japanese.
This is probably Meiji, I guess, is when they built this. No, the ceiling is typical Japanese stuff. I mean, it's all, there's hardly any nails in the building. It's all joint work, dovetails, and things like that. And the way they have a wooden strip that goes across the roof, and then you have the ceiling panels above that. And the ceiling panels have like this which I had to replace. They have like this cotton, batting in between it, which keeps everything coming in. And then above that, there's an air gap, and then to the ceiling, which I can store things up there.
Cool.
It's sort of like an agate.
Very nice.
Well, it's a crawl space, but
Right. And it still works.
Yeah, one of my
It's like your
favorite
place-
horrible
Yeah.
crawl
Yeah, the
space
wood's
was
all
an
good.
amazing movie. Also,
Well, I didn't have any rotten wood troubles. There were a couple of cracks from previous earthquakes that had to be repaired and little things, but it's not so bad. Like I said, mainly I just resealed the wood is what I had to do.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are the tall ceilings so it stays cooler?
Maybe.
Do you think, or
I'm sure there's logic behind it. Yeah. I don't really know, but it's pretty standard Japanese construction of that era. So.
Very cool.
But I like the tall ceilings because it might just be a spatial thing because the rooms are fairly small. So with the tall ceilings, maybe it just feels better. I don't know the reason. But what I really did in the areas, because I don't use the whole property. There's only two of us here. The other side, I let the ladies run their preschool in. But what I did in the areas I stay in, I took, because they have these sliding door, I don't know, runs. I guess you call them a run. But I just took all the sliding doors out and put them in storage. So basically, it doubles or triples the room depending on the room.
Nice. So
Nice.
you've got more
And I
livables.
just have to every time I move one room to another, I just have to duck my head.
Duck a little. Wait, even though there's 18-foot ceilings, how low are those doors?
Oh, they're
Well,
too hot. They're too low for me to walk under normally.
oh, how strange.
I've gotten used to it. I don't bump my head hardly anymore. I've gotten into the natural, stride of it. My wife has no
Just
trouble.
follow.
She just go anywhere she wants.
It says do 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 do.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I'm
I
a
would have
bit
figured
tall
this
for
was
Japan. I wasn't built for this place.
So I guess not. Or wasn't built
You're
for
doing
you.
just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, some
you're
of
doing
the
great, Bob.
furniture that I use, like sofas and things like that, I actually had to order from Europe.
Oh, really? They
Yeah.
don't carry.
Well, because they're all short. Japanese are short-legged people. Their calves are ridiculous. But it's all short, and it's just hardly uncomfortable. Of course, Europeans build things properly.
Well, okay, we do have a long history of furniture manufacture.
Yeah, Japanese back then didn't use much furniture.
No, you're
if
right.
I'm not
That's
mistaken.
true.
And my house is a tatami house, so
Yeah.
I just have I took the tatami in this room out of the back section, and this was converted into a kitchen a long time ago, so I just leave that. And we do have another one, but she doesn't use it much. She mainly uses this one. But in the back section, what I did was I pulled all the tatamis out, and I just and I just put in the wood block floor. So that's all hard back there, and I got a sofa sitting on that hard part. I bought from Italy.
Ooh. Now, is that a comfortable sofa for her too, or does she prefer the tatamis?
She's a tatami
I can tell
girl.
you right
She hardly
now, no.
sits on it unless she's coming up and trying to seduce me.
Okay.
No, she's
it's
mainly on the floor.
your legs dangle off. I can tell you right now, having your legs dangle off of everything is super uncomfortable. Tell your wife I completely understand. I can't find a chair that doesn't have my feet never hit the floor.
Yeah, well,
I'm
I'd
just
rather have
swinging
that.
all the time. Hate it.
But no, she's very Japanese girl, and she stays that most of the time. And like I said, the kotatsu is like this demon thing, and when the Japanese women get underneath it, it just devours them, and they're gone.
Wow.
So.
Okay, as long as she's got something that's super comfy for her, that's great.
It is.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you one thing that I do appreciate is here in, and I'm kind of curious how it is in the Netherlands, Bones Art, because, for the past, almost 30 years, I've slept on a futon on the ground, right? And here on the tatami as well for 20 years. And, being a foreigner, I doubt you would like it. It's very stiff and hard, but I actually love it. And so I don't have a bed. Every morning when we get up, the bed gets put into a closet, right? The futons, yeah. How's it in? Well, you guys have like standard beds in the Netherlands. I heard you guys were kind of becoming a bit pseudo-Japanese.
No, we've got standard beds.
Oh, okay. But isn't the futon become quite a popular thing over there?
Not that I'm aware of. I don't
Maybe
know
I was thinking
people
of Sweden.
who have futons.
There's some Northern European country that had really gotten into the futon. I thought it was the Dutch.
You're thinking of IKEA.
I think some people use them like couches.
Sweden might have an enormous housing shortage. I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, just invite the world in, and you're gonna have to deal with it, aren't you?
No, I know Tarantino's into foot stuff.
Oh well,
I think they're already for a couple of years. I think they're already trying to put a stop to it.
Alan. Haven't you done enough today? Okay. Now I'm winning on Jeff though.
Why?
No, it's got to be more steampunky. Do it again.
What?
All right, I'll take
There
it.
you
I'll take it.
go. That was
It's
better.
all right, thank you all. And stop what you're doing, peoples. It is the end of the contest. We're going to take a look at the art, of course. Hopefully, we've had some nice draw-alongs that I'll take a look at the end. But, of course, we're here today supporting Casket Girls on a great-looking Kickstarter with lots of information. So definitely go check it out. Jeff has dropped that link several times, of course. And go see what Bonesart and Johan are working on, amongst the other people. It's pretty cool. And let's go over here and take a look at the art. So, Bonesart, if you wouldn't mind, and Johan, you as well, come along and let's take a look at the art they have done for us today. And Johan, you will judge them strictly. Okay. All right, let's go over here. Let's take a look at Amy first. So, now Amy's done a cute little the little bunny rabbit, and she's got a. I was going to say anchor, but I think it's supposed to be a crucifix.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a crucifix.
All right.
Yep.
It's very cute.
It is super cute.
It's funny because I was just rewriting, doing some rewriting on the text, and I added in the bunny because that's a later addition thanks to the art. And I thought I need to include that bunny, so I included it today, and I decided to call it Muff.
There you go. Well, you can't put any stuffed animals anywhere near Amy. Let's be fair.
I will snatch them, and I will keep them.
That's right. That's right.
Yay!
But it is super cute, though. What does this stuffed animal have a name?
Yes, Muff.
Moth.
I made it up today. Yeah.
Okay, Moth. So as in Molotov. Oh, okay.
No, MOAFF.
Oh, you got all fancy with it. All right, fine.
Like Tarkin.
Yeah. So Moth. All right, very good. I think it's great, though. If you guys like what Amy has done, please vote for the straw poll. It's super cute. Very nice. Now we're going to move over to Eric's here, which is not cute at all.
I'm next. Where's everybody at?
Zero cuteness.
What?
Thanks. I thought it was cute.
Yes, Lieutenant Tusclair. Love it.
I think it's really cool. I do find it interesting that of the color palette you chose, though. You went sepia.
Like a photo.
Yeah, sepia. Yeah.
It's neat. The sepia screams steampunk to you or something?
Actually, it does for me.
Yeah, it's vintage,
well,
right?
one cliche is, of course, that all steampunk looks brown, and one reason for that is suggested is because it's inspired by sepia photography.
Oh,
if that's true,
fair.
I do not know, but that's an explanation that I've heard.
Yeah. Well, I do love looking at old photography, especially 19th century stuff.
It is kind of.
That's why Marilyn Manson uses a lot of brown.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. Well, he is the quintessential steampunk. So
It is strange when you see some of the old photography and you get a picture and you look at someone and you're like, oh my gosh, it's just a person. I don't know why it seems so impossible to think, but it's like it kind of makes history seem a little more real when you're like, that looks like somebody you could possibly come across the street. It's just it's interesting.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I like it. It shows you that things don't change. But a lot of the photography, especially from the mid-century stuff. Now, of course, the shutter speed was way slower than today, but the actual quality of the pictures is extremely high.
Yeah, was it the amount of time that they left it to take the photos? Do you think, or is just
I just
better
think it was the cameras were just built better, and then commercialism came in and they downgraded, and now they've gotten better again, of course, in modern time. But if you go look at some of those things from the 1840s, 50s, 60s, particularly. It's just shockingly how high def it is.
Yeah.
They had to take their time.
Yeah, it's analog.
You had to plan out everything.
Yeah.
It's
Some
very
really cool stuff.
expensive right now.
Well, there was I can't remember his name offhand. I think Crenshaw maybe. But this is a guy who went all over the world with his camera in the 1850s and early 60s, and he just took photographs in all these amazing sites: Egypt to India to China. And just it's really cool And a lot of it's just got people standing and posing in front of amazing monuments. It's really cool. Yeah. But anyway, I like it. If you guys like what Eric has done, please vote for the straw poll. What's the name of this character, Bones Art?
Lieutenant Gusclet.
Oh, of course.
All right. Oh, that's how to pronunciate it.
I would have guessed that.
But it's not an evil character. That's I like this character.
An injured soldier.
He's not evil. Yeah, he's just a soldier.
No. I'm sure he's a great character.
Yeah, I like it.
For some viewers, he was the favorite character in the book. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure he's a really cool character. Just maybe his name is a little tricky to spell.
It is tricky to even say. But let's go over here and take a look at Elrod and see what he's doing. He seems to be making a phone call. That's a nice little picture he's got, though, there. I like that. Which character is this, Bonesart?
Which picture are we talking about?
Elrodimus Flash.
Yeah, I don't see any picture there, so I cannot. Oh wait, did it return? No, not seeing anything.
Huh? We can see.
I see it. I'm seeing it.
And which character is this, Johan?
But yeah, it's a little bit different, actually.
Oh, okay. That's all right. You take liberties.
It's okay, but yeah, I think so.
What's the other one you did there, Elrod?
They're both the girl in the pictures. I just.
Yeah. He's taken.
Oh, I love the
liberties. Yeah, I like it.
That's super cool.
I like the pose. Very good.
It is good. You actually had a Dutch angle in one of the pages you showed earlier, or I saw on the Kickstarter that you're looking up with a man. It's a Dutch angle looking at a guy with a hat. It's a good perspective you did there, Johan.
Oh, which one is that?
I saw it on the Kickstarter page. It's a Dutch angle of a guy with a hat. Right? Dutch angle means from below, looking up, right? It's a really good one. Yeah.
I think I forgot.
Yeah, it's a good shot though. I like the perspective. Bonesart.
You mean the wrench in the machine shot?
I just remember seeing it. Let me bring it up real quick. Here we go. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I think it was a little higher up. Yeah, it was. So let me get into it here. All the kind of little things you can do. Where is that picture? There it is. S36.
Oh, that's not by Johan. That is by Kronov. But yeah, he was also very good.
Yeah, no, that's a great angle right there. I love that.
Yeah.
Cool. Anyway,
there is another artist, I think, the one who did the portraits of the characters.
He just said it was another person, but it's still cool though.
Yeah.
But thank you very much, Elrod. If you guys like what he has done, please vote from the straw poll. Let's continue on here to Melissa, which she's done something fun and cute today. Go ahead, Melissa.
I wanted to kind of bring the image of this lady riding the mech to life. I was planning on you could barely see the rosary kind of shimmering a little.
Yeah,
it's vibrating.
Yeah.
I spent most of my time just drawing. It was a very complicated image. It kind of pushed my skills limit.
Yeah, well, it's a short period of time.
It looks cool.
It does. Yeah. Obviously, having her arms go back and forth would be the completed procedure. But time, right?
Right.
I mean, maybe if I were like so much better at drawing and understood and having perspective that well, possibly.
Oh, I'm sure you'll get it with a little bit of practice, but you're learning a new piece of software, and that's going to slow you down.
I like it, though. If you could put it back to where it was, though. There you go. It looks cool. It's very cute. And it's neat that you try to do motion in this time. How is this new software coming along for you, Melissa?
I'm starting to get a good feel for it. Like for a long time, it was taking the layers would keep slipping around, and I couldn't click them quickly because it would just like
mock up.
It would keep scaling back and forth, going. It keeps sliding back and forth. It's a pain to try and move it. Then I found this little tab here, and it shows all the layers at once, and now I can comfortably switch layers, which is going to help me save time. I think if you competitions.
Right. And hopefully not crash.
And hopefully, yeah,
And
no
hopefully
crashing.
not crash. Yeah. That's cool. What do you think of this one, Bonesart? This is Melissa, by the way.
Yeah, it's cute. It's cute.
It is cute.
Oh, cute.
And she's got the little transistor plugs on her head. Mind control?
Yeah. You just got the whole helmet.
No, it's a control system for a new generation of machines.
Oh, I see.
They emerge later in the book.
Assisted operation technology. Very good.
Yeah.
AOT. Very nice. All right. If you guys like what Melissa's done, please vote for the straw poll. Let me go over here to Mr. Motion and see what he. Ooh, that's pretty cool. He's done one of the exoskeletons.
Nice.
Yeah, very nice.
Wait.
That is cool. You know, this one, Jason, it's got a bit of Warhammer feel to it.
Let me see.
Yeah, the reference was for the illustration was for Hammer.
Oh, well, there you go then.
Yeah.
See, I'm getting more observant, Eric.
There you go.
I wanted to make it more metallic, and I wanted to make it kind of like how Alex Ross does it with his armor and with Iron Man and Batman and stuff like that.
Oh, you're throwing big names around now.
Oh yeah.
Now, Alex Ross is my favorite artist.
Oh yeah.
He said Alex Ross, but I heard Bob Ross in my head. I was like,
That's
what?
fair. That's fair.
What I heard.
Good too.
Well, see what you do is you get Bob to do the landscapes, and then you get Alex to put the people in it.
Oh,
that'd be difficult, but yeah, that'd probably work.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That would be amazing.
Bob does cheat a lot, though, because he said, this is easy. See how easy? And he said little strokes, little mistakes, all those kind of things. He lied because I've seen plenty of people try to copy Bob Ross, and they failed badly. It's not that easy, Bob.
No, not as easy as you think.
Maybe it's the hair.
Maybe. It could be the hair. But then again, Bob Ross is the Zen master, and we love him.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So,
I actually in Indonesian, I just saw Bob Ross around. I just found him around a few years ago, and
Oh really?
Yeah.
Are you enjoying the series?
Yeah, it's great. He's good artist, and
he's a good artist. But it's more important than that, because if you're having a bad day, just go watch some Bob Ross.
Yeah. If I saw his videos, it seems like the drawing is much more easier.
Yeah, no, he's lying. It's not easy at all.
Yeah, but not until you try it your own.
Right.
Yeah.
No, it's not. Yeah, but no, that dude is perfect for bringing peace to the world.
Yeah, he's a gem.
Yeah, he is.
Absolutely.
He is. But very, very good. If you like what Jason has done there, please go vote from the straw poll. It's really cool. I like it. Let's go over here and see what Rabbit has done. Okay. Rabbit is cheating as usual.
Of course.
Wait, I'm looking for the straw poll, actually.
I'm sure Jeff has dropped it in the chat.
It's in the chat.
It's in the chat.
Rabbit, hi. This is pretty cool.
Where?
What character is this, Bonesart? One Doom Rabbit.
Let me see. Is that in the draw along?
No, it's right here.
I think it should be the Antoinette, I think.
Yeah, it's right here live.
One Doom. Yeah, it's Marie with orange hair.
Oh, it's Marie. Okay.
Yeah.
I like it though. It's really cool.
Yeah, only Marie has a vertebrae like that, so it has to be Marie.
Well, and she does have a bit of a French thing going on.
She does. It's her hair.
Yeah, she is French. They're all French.
Johan, I sent you a link to the straw poll in your DM.
I just found it. Thank you.
Yeah, this looks really good, Rabbit.
Looks really good.
Yeah.
I love the shadow work.
Yeah.
It reminds me of something, but I cannot put my finger on it right now.
Ming-Na Wen.
A little bit of the Fifth Element, the main character.
Oh yeah. What was her
The
name?
markings on
Lilo.
Lilo Dallas.
Lilo, yeah.
Multi-pass.
I actually had a friend who named his daughter after her.
Oh my, yeah. No, it's just cheating, putting Emilio Jovovich in anything. It's just not. It's not fair. Especially at that period. I mean, she's just wicked cute, man.
Yeah, it's cute.
Yeah, unfair. And
The
that movie
lighting
was.
too, right?
What do you say?
The lighting is very good.
It is good. Yeah. The shadow work is excellent. Yeah. You know the thing with Mila, she married that director guy, way back, and they've been married forever. How many kids they got? Like 4 or 5 kids.
Really? They
Yeah.
stayed married.
She's so
They're
not
happy
Hollywood. She's so un-Hollywood. She's just a normal mom. Yeah.
Is she still married to the guy? Ooh.
Yeah, no, she's been married for decades.
To the director of all of her zombie movies.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm just saying that they're a normal couple that could be sitting next door to you and then your neighbor, right? They're just normal people. The Hollywood infection didn't catch them for some reason.
Wow.
Oh, that's good.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
She just happens to be drop dead gorgeous. You know, it happens.
Yeah.
But if you like what Rabbit has done here, please vote for him on the straw poll. It is good. Now, steady yourself, Bones Art. We're going over to Alan, the Howl Comics. Okay? Steady yourself. All right.
I know.
Well, he's used the glass well. I like that, Alan. Alan.
You know, I try to stay realistic.
Yeah. And mouth.
At least it is not a screen door.
Well, at least the rabbit is being useful here. Yes.
You're making me go look at the YouTube.
At least the rabbits have a good time.
Yeah, the rabbit is good. And you know, it's okay, folks. She's just having a sponge bath. It's all right.
And the YouTube stream goes down in 5, 4, 3.
Oh,
it's okay. He hit it with the glass well. I like that.
Yeah, it's hot in there.
Yeah, a little bit, a little steamy. Yeah,
I
do love that the corset made it through though.
Yeah, the corset kind of like covers a lot. Yeah.
Well, these are leather corsets.
Yeah, covers the navel.
These are armor.
It's important.
Yeah. Protective armor.
Got a secret beer gut.
Have you ladies ever worn a corset before?
Yes. I had a real one with boning in it because I used it for costume.
Oh wow! Well, I wore a milk corset once.
Well, I mean, Bonesar, you probably run into them all the time. You like going to the Victorian fairs, don't you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, I did SCA.
Well, most of them are more like leather bodices. They're not real corsets.
Right. No, that's right.
But some ladies do wear them. Yeah.
Yeah. It seems incredibly uncomfortable, to be honest with you.
Yeah, mine had real like.
I've experienced with corsets for males. It's like you cannot bend over. So
right.
I mean, it's good for your back.
Yeah, your back.
Just not good for your organs.
Oh well, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I've seen many girls in them. Because I used to go up to Salem when I was younger every year for Halloween. I went to a big masquerade ball every year, and of course a lot of girls will wear the Victorian style stuff, Renaissance era.
Yeah, it makes sense for costuming, right?
Yeah. And they look great, but they just look really uncomfortable, and they're a bit of a pain in the butt to take off.
Also a pain in the butt to take on, and you often need assistance.
Well, you see,
a
bras are easy because you could just like 2 fingers
put
unhook them, right?
Put your foot on their back and you pull, you know?
Well, yeah, but no, you're undoing strings and stuff, and you can't see it. Right, you know, it's a pain in the butt. No, you just let me fly with that, huh, Eric? Nothing? No retort?
Nope.
All right,
Nope,
fine.
nothing at all.
Be like that.
Let me go. Let me go.
Letting it go. Alan, this is great, though. I do like it. If you guys like whatever Alan
but
has
it-
done, vote from the straw poll. He's cheating,
Yeah.
so he's going to win. That's the way it is. The rest of you, I feel bad for. All right, let me go over and
Yeah.
see if I can't find any, if there's anybody else. We got Rosa in here. I guess that would be just Rosa had something. Everybody else I've seen. If I see Mr. Motions, I will bring that up as well. Let me go over here to the draw along area. Oh, there it is.
Oh.
Alrighty. Well, I got a bunch of stuff in here. Neat.
Yeah. You do.
All right. Let me go ahead and do Jason's real quick.
All right.
That's cool. Yeah, I love that, dude. Look at that.
So cute.
Yeah, that is really neat. It really reminds me of what is the name of that miniature game? I don't know that it's attached to Warhammer. I don't think it is.
Connect 4. Travel Connect 4. Travel version.
No, not
Travel
that.
version.
It's a German name.
Connect 4.
No, it starts with a W. But whatever. It looks like that. I like it. Just so
That's a Wolfenstein. That's a W.
No, it's not that one. It's not that one.
Really? All right,
But it'll come to me eventually. Let's see here. Elrod has put up something else.
We took inspiration from Armored Trooper Voltoms.
Oh, fair. The one I'm thinking of is a tabletop miniature game. Elrod, would you like to explain yourself, sir?
What?
What is this this action figure with the samurai head? What is that?
It's got a caption.
Yeah,
it had a caption.
Chester Buzzbeer. Okay, I see. All right. This is me and being a shogun lord in the countryside. I get it. Okay.
Well, they made a mini-series about you, so I figured...
Yeah, I'm watching Shogun and reminded a lot about you,
Chester's
Chester.
life story.
Oh, did it? I
I
haven't
don't know
watched
why.
it.
I don't know why it's reminded me of Kabuki Cop.
Kabuki Cop, because it should, sir. It should. Yeah. Just look at Elrod's stuff a little cleaner here. Okay. We also have Rosa, and she has decided to do this figure, which no one else did. Bonesart, what is the name of this character? I did see this character in the reference.
That is an associate of Ishtar. I forgot his number because they all have numbers.
I see.
But he makes an appearance. But this is actually the concept of the associate uniform is actually based on an actual costume that I have. We
Really?
have for those
this
who are
character
into
here.
STL 3D printing, we have yes, that one. We have an associate available on the Kickstarter, and that you can print yourself. And that pose is based on an actual photo of me.
Really?
And
I
so
was
we also have a
fascinated with his
variant
eyes.
that
I love his
as well.
eyes. I don't know why. I got so wrapped around the
we
axle
might
of
be
the eyes.
offering new STLs during the campaign later, but we're still working on those, so I don't want to offer them just yet. But I might offer them as a kind of pre-order later during the campaign.
So why did you choose? I noticed around showing the reference here, you have the Hamza on around his neck. What was there a reason you chose that?
He's Jewish.
Oh, okay, fine. All right.
Cool.
It is interesting. It's also sometimes referred to as the hand of Fatima, but it's
Fatima.
basically the Hamza. Anyway, very cool. There you go. If you like what Rosa's done, please vote for her in the straw poll, man. Let me come over and let me see if there's anything else before I jump over to the Twitter and get Doug's. Nope, just Doug's. All right, cool. So let me go ahead and get over there. And let's see what's happening on Twitter today.
Something with cute animals.
I'm hoping.
Oh,
I got my
animals.
fingers crossed. That is not a cute animal. All right. Okay. All right.
Well, I guess it depends on your definition.
Mm-hmm.
Don't drop it.
Well, I don't know if you should be arching your back like that, ma'am.
Don't drop it.
No, don't not like that. I don't
No,
think.
that's not correct. That's not how you do that, ma'am. You should get someone to give you some advice there. But I'm assuming they would yell at you. Okay.
Actually,
All right.
maybe she's just too heavy for her. I don't know.
Yeah, no, you shouldn't be. That's not how you do that. That's going to actually hurt you. That's not correct, lady. But that's not the point of the video at all.
I'm glad. Yeah,
aliens?
you should always have someone spotting.
Yeah, well, she's just a cute girl putting a camera up to catch men looking at her because that's what they do. Yeah, no, a shadow.
Maybe
They
she
don't know
was
where it's
working
coming
on her
from.
form, and then went. I really am arching my back way too much. Also, that's too heavy.
It is. It's not good for
way
you.
too
And he
heavy.
helped her out. And she complained anyway. I don't know what that
You
video
should always have a spotter.
Oh, this is cute.
Lucky
This is
guy.
funny. Do you guys see this? It's a NFL wide receiver and a F1 driver checking hand reaction speed. It's pretty neat.
Oh,
Yeah, no, it's pretty neat. Yeah.
fun. Oh.
Well, their hand-eye coordination needs to be super high, right?
Oh yeah. The F1 driver has.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think he has trained specifically.
Yeah. Nah, it's pretty cool. I saw this video. That's cool.
That's neat.
Ooh, spin the bottle. Okay. You got that's a good idea. Oh no, that's not unfortunate. Yeah, unfortunate. Oh well. That's cute though. Which card do I take today? I take this one. Righty.
I've seen that guy tearing apart a Lamborghini with his bare hands.
Yeah, no, I saw that.
They're made out of paper.
Yeah, no, but he cheated though. He took all the fasteners off. Okay, that I don't need to know. Ooh,
What
is that?
Corn.
Corn?
It's been
That's
soaked
not
in
corn.
honey. No, it's corn soaked in honey. Yeah.
Oh.
Milk and honey.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Cool.
Do they cook it in honey or?
I'm not sure. Okay, Miss Police Officer. She's doing a rodeo.
Whoa,
She's the
Well,
famous
okay.
train conductor police officer. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't.
Those underneath, all those dudes
What?
underneath her picture there are the bulls she's ridden.
Oh, I see. Oh, well. These days, man. These days. All right.
Yeah, this is in Tennessee
Me
too.
and my homies like to play this
My
game.
I've actually done this. You guys ever done the bull riding thing at like a rodeo restaurant or something like that?
No,
Yeah,
it's fun.
It is fun.
I
Yeah.
did it at Gilly's.
It seems difficult.
Whoa.
Only do it when my Daisy Dukes are clean.
That's fair. That's fair. I tried it at a place here in Japan called Round One. And they got all kind of different entertainments like bowling, and they got all kind of stuff. It's fun.
They got a round one here in LA too, right next to my house. That's where I rode mine.
Oh, really? I didn't know that was international. That's cool.
Yeah. Well, I live in a very Asian community. I live by a Buddhist temple, so a lot of I'm surrounded by a lot of Asian neighbors. Very nice people.
Oh, sure. Yeah. It's
They're very nice people. The best people.
Thank you.
Always with the kimchi.
But Round One is actually fun. They got all kind of things to do. It's a great place to take the kids. Yeah.
Yeah. That sounds fun.
Okay. I'm not seeing a lot of fun stuff though. I'm just seeing dumb people being dumb.
Yeah,
Yeah, round one is where I
oh, here we go, baby.
bowl alone and cry over my nachos. It's fun.
Here's something cute.
Indignant.
All right. It was all in good fun. It's love, brother. Love. He's so mad. That's funny.
Oh yeah.
Look
that's
at
pretty
it's
funny.
Jesus. Okay, no, not maybe
That's
not.
not cute.
Ooh, it's an owl and with Harry.
Harry Potter.
Your owl has caused some trouble, sir. What the hell?
Oh no.
What's happening?
Oh, this guy passed out. Yeah.
Poor thing.
Oh, here we go.
Whoop. Oh no. Oh no.
Good
oh, no.
job.
Oh no.
No, that's good job.
Wait. Whoa.
Yeah, good job.
Oh good.
Yeah, she's in full swing now.
Yay.
Yeah, that's neat.
It hasn't ended in somebody hurting themselves.
That's just how she sleeps.
Don't go free bag.
That's pretty cool, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is cool.
No, I'm impressed.
Yeah,
That's
cool. What is
awesome.
Tucker doing? I'm sure he's talking about something. Oh, that's right. Yeah, just be rude to police. Yeah, sure. Oh, the kitty. Oh, you got away the kitty. No, stop it. Yeah, that's correct. There you go. All right. Well, and we'll take it from there. Perfect. All right. The cute stuff is far and few between these days.
But that was pretty cute.
It was good. All right. Oh, let's see what Doug, Blue Moon Cartoons, of course, has got up to. Of course, he's chosen the perfect steampunk reference here in Marilyn Manson.
Of course.
The founder of steampunk.
The founder. Yeah, even. Yeah.
I like the gradient blue in the Aggie Cup.
Dude, that is so good. It's amazing how his art is so distorted, but it's instantly recognizable. That's gotta be hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, with
Quite
Rabbit does something and I recognize it. It's like it's not shocking, because it's photorealistic. But how do you do that? You're an artist. How do you take something that's so distorted but yet make it instantly recognizable? What's the trick on that?
Just getting certain characteristics right.
Yeah, analyzing the proportions on the face.
Yeah, exaggerate the features that are most recognizable.
Features and then extort it and
exaggerate
exaggerate it.
And it helps if you're as good as Blue Moon.
Yeah, it helps if you're just good. Yeah, but yeah, that's amazing. Good job, Doug. Let's see here. This is one of your characters. That's cute. I like that.
Oh, look at the little face. Like her smile. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so nice.
Little cute hair.
Let's see what music he decided to choose today.
Tom, Dick, and Harry, and maybe the one you'll eventually marry.
He took music appropriately from the era.
Hey.
Tom, Dick, and Harry, and maybe the one
this is adorable. And it's funny.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Doug. Thank you to everybody else as well for all the draw logs. It's really neat. And let me go over here and vote, which is, let me go get that real quick. All right. And let's see how entertaining Jeff can be today. Okay.
Jeff's always entertaining.
That's right. He's
Yeah, Jeff, you need to not miss days because when I do the straw poll, they chastise me.
Okay. By the way, I'm not going to be here next week.
Oh, God. All right, fine.
We appreciate you, Jeff. We appreciate you, Chester. You'll be just fine.
That's fine. I got one quip last week, so All right.
You got a bunch of them.
I did. All right, let's take a look here. Who won the Drawn and Quartered Ultimate Edition Casket Girls competition? I have multiple choices here, so let's get started. I can go with Amy, Casket Girl number 1, Lester, or Melissa, Casket Girl number 2, Lester, or Eric, Casket Girl number 3, Hawkins.
Yeah.
One of us. One of us.
I thought it was funny.
I got it. That's why I read them, in succession like that. I'm helping you out. Yeah. So we have those 3. Okay. I could go with 1 Doom, 6 Steampunk Surfer Rabbit. Mm-hmm. True. Alan, Saucy Keebler Elf of East LA Alonzo. He's calling you short, Alan.
Yeah, but you want these chocolate.
That's true.
Yes.
We do want those chocolate chip cookies. That is fair.
Be careful. Yeah, you might want to be careful of his brownies.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's fair. That is fair. That's fair. Are you short, Alan?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
He's correct on the Keebler.
He's only 6'8".
Well, some of the people around here are actually pretty tall. I guess Rosa's probably the midget of the group. What are you, like 4'2"?
Oh, what 4'11"?
4'11". Okay.
I'm a giant.
Anyone got her? Anyone best her in midgetness? Anybody?
I helped these assholes with a ring to a mountain once.
Oh, fair.
It's a lot of walking.
That's fair. That's fair. But they eat a lot of good food, though. A lot of good food.
4 out of 10. Do not recommend. We went to a gay bar called the Prancing Pony. I don't know.
Yeah, fair.
Eh.
Yeah.
Good time. Good time.
Good times, yeah. Anyway, I could also choose Johan, Mosh Pit veteran Alexander, which I don't know. He didn't draw anything, but.
Yeah, I don't. I'm the host here.
Are you a Mosh Pit veteran, Johan?
No, of course not.
You've never been in a mosh pit in your life?
No.
Oh, I have.
I hope so, but no.
That
Oh,
would
you
make
have.
you the
Of
most.
course you have.
Yeah, well, I mean, I get it started in the '80s, right? But back then, it wasn't as violent as it is now.
No.
Well, that's
It was more
The last
gentle
mosh pit I was in, I
nudging and
felt like
pushing.
a
Huh?
last
was
mosh pit I was in. I felt like a pinball in a IRA pinball machine.
Oh, fair. Yeah, yeah. Could go with El Rodimus, post monster in the basement cleanup crew supervisor and comic artist Flash.
Many, many hats.
Many hats, many hats.
It's not easy being that talented.
Yeah, very talented, multi-skilled. Mr. The guy that did go in the basement motion. Fair.
Oh no!
Just
Well,
for
he's still with us.
future, yeah. Well, for future race reference, there, Jason. Molotov cocktail.
Mhm.
Okay, that's how you
Nice.
deal with the
I would-
basement.
I would-
Yeah.
That's cool.
And then last but certainly
Let there
not
be
least,
light.
thank you. We have Rosa, the woman, the monster in the basement fears the most. Daryl. Fair enough. All 4'11" of her.
Mhm. They know what's up.
Well, when you're carrying a flamethrower, I mean, everybody backs up.
Mhm.
I mean, let's be fair.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know.
Don't
Whoosh.
decide.
All right. So who am I going to pick today?
Hmm. That's a lot of humming.
Rabbit.
There you go.
Yeah, it was really good. It was either Rabbit or Alan. But I was wrong. The Casket Girl number 3 is winning by far. Woohoo!
This is a wholesome group, Chester.
Oh, okay, fine. That's fine. But we'll
Alan's going to be the first person to ever draw boobs that doesn't win.
I know, isn't that
No.
weird? Well, Amra wasn't here to cement that, so that's what it comes down to. Thundero says that he's going to vote for Amy twice. Well, that would be
Twice.
cheating, sir.
And he would still do it anyway.
Hi, Dragon.
It's only cheating if you can't get away from it.
That's fair.
That's right.
Yeah, your fan showed up again, Amy.
Aw, I appreciate you. That's awesome.
You call him by his right name, Superfan Fundero.
That's true. Super fan Thundero.
Super Simp Thundero.
Super simp. Yeah. So what did you send him some of that that sugary diabetes creating art or something like that? What did you do to him?
Oh, that would be nice.
Well, would that be nice? All right.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Are
Some
you
people
on,
take
are
that
you on
seriously.
Discord, Thundero? Maybe I can send you like a drawing sometime.
Oh,
That'd
there
be
you
good.
go. There you go. All right. So, thank you all for coming in. We do appreciate it. We're going to take a look here at the Casket Girls a little bit more. But first, I want to say thank you to Jason, Johan, Alan, Rosa, Elrod, Melissa, Amy, and Rabbit, of course. But our winner today is Eric, just taking away with a really good piece, to be fair. Claps for everybody. Claps. And Pandera agrees wholeheartedly. Good job. All right, let me come back over here to the other side, and we will get into it real quick. I'm going to Bonesart and Johan. I'm going to come to you guys last and look at the page one last time. You can give your kind of closing elevator pitch, okay? But first things first, let's go through the list. And Amy, Melissa, what do you guys got to say to the folks today?
Always thanks for coming to see us. This is such a great little highlight for the week, and I'm glad we get to share it with you all. It's always nice. Good to keep in touch with everyone and keep drawing and keep creating new things and not always being, because when you're working on a project that's kind of going the long haul, you tend to kind of get focused on one little thing. So it's great to have this break every week to stop and look at something different and branch out. So I'm really
Remember the larger world. And why we do what we do.
Yeah. So, guys, thanks, guys. Really appreciate you all.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Mr. Winner.
Yeah.
Eric.
Yeah, just tune in every week to watch us draw and support the artists on here. And I'm not sure what we're doing next week. I mean, we do have someone who's interested, and
Devil Flyer.
I'm looking at Devil Flyer, and there's a lot of interesting names on this campaign. I don't know the creator, but I see John Dillard's name had done some art.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh,
I see Jimmy Rees.
Oh wow.
George Peter Gatsis has done some art.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good to hear, man.
Yeah.
Wow, that'd be neat to.
So
Devil
Dr.
Flyer.
Yep, Devil's Flyer. Yep. By Rex Christian.
Rex Christian.
Rex
All right.
Christian.
Well, that's what we're doing next week.
Magnificent.
Sweet. Let's move along here. Elrod,
Yes.
would you like to say something nice to the people?
Yes.
You're all the sweetest people I've ever met.
Oh wow.
Aww.
Sarcasm was thick there.
Nice to each other.
It was not. He loves us.
It's true.
He's selling Girl
Except for
Scout
one of you, but I won't say who.
Girl Scout cookies. I remember those. There was at least one type of Girl Scout cookie that was actually tasty.
Admit.
What?
Was.
No, it was like a chewy caramel thing.
That's the Samoa.
Samoa.
A Samoa.
Yeah.
There you go. Why
Oh,
why did I taste Girl Scout cookies though?
Because they're freaking awesome.
Maybe my sister would know. Where did I run
Now they're
into
only like
voice?
$2. You can get them at Aldi.
I can't remember why, but I have tasted Girl Scout cookies. I'm not sure why.
I mean, you probably went to the grocery store or something during
Yeah.
Girl Scout
You
season
did.
and just had to buy some to get inside
Yeah.
or leave.
I
And I
don't
mean, they're pretty good,
Yeah,
so
they're-
it's not a great hardship.
This
Well, I
season
don't-
they push them like
Well, they do push
outside
them
the market.
hard. But I don't recall actually ever buying Girl Scout cookies at the door, though.
No,
Huh.
door to door.
That's how they do it, right? I don't
What?
recall.
Well,
I
Did
mean,
you ever work somewhere where someone was selling them? Their kid was selling them? They bring a sheet in to work?
I don't
Yep.
know. I have eaten them though. I have. I don't remember why though.
Is it something?
Well, they're $8 a box now, and they're half the size they used to be.
It was probably
Oh,
something with
wow.
the church. It was probably something with the
And you
church.
can get generic versions of them at all the grocery stores now. So
Yep.
No,
No, I
Yeah,
remember
yeah.
they were Girl Scout cookies directly. It was probably something with the church my mother bought or something like that. But the Samoan, yeah, one of those were actually really tasty.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, do you have Girl Scouts in Britain, Rabbit?
Not the same way.
No,
It did-
not for
no.
you know Japan
cookie?
has them.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Do they have the cookies?
I've never seen the cookies, but I see the signs for their on the front of their hall. They actually have a Girl
sell
Scout
meat.
here, not Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts.
Huh.
Yeah,
What do they do?
they do Girl Scout stuff. I don't know.
Oh.
they help old men across the street.
Maybe. I don't know. Girls, were you a Girl Scout?
I was.
What do Girl Scouts do?
We camped, but that was back in the million years of age ago.
Camp.
We camped out and made stuff. We
Yeah,
made
no,
weapons.
that's what Boy Scouts did too. We didn't have cookies though. Oh well.
No, they have popcorn. They have popcorn now.
Do you have Girl Scouts down in Indonesia, Johan? You might.
I think it might, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, how about in the Netherlands there, Bonzar?
Well, we have something called scouting. I don't know if that's gendered where we are.
Oh well, it's
But we do have.
you're Dutch, so it's probably not. That's true. But whatever, cool. Girl Scout cookies. Rabbit, tell us about the cookies of Britain.
But just cookies. But what do you want me to say?
Are they
You have to
chewy
We have
or are they
biscuits.
dry?
We have biscuits and
That's
cookies.
Or
Both. Depends
Okay.
what you want.
Well, I like the chewy ones. What would you suggest being the best ones?
I don't know. I don't really eat stuff like that.
Tammy
It's
Dodger.
true. Because I don't have access, I don't eat very much. I'm a bit of a cookie monster, to be fair.
I prefer savory food, so
Yeah. There are some German cookies that I get from a foreign goods store that are really good. Chocolate chip cookies, even. Yeah.
Num, num, num.
Yeah.
Oh my god, chocolate chip German cookies?
Yeah, they're pretty good. Yeah.
Oh my
Germans got
God.
some pretty good cookies.
Yeah. And they're the dry type, but they're good.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
you get like Full House cookies, or do you have to make those?
What do you mean?
Oh, like the chewy, like fresh baked kind. Do you
Oh,
have
my
to
wife
make
makes
those?
those occasionally.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't really do sugar stuff in the house very often, but a couple times a year she'll make cookies.
It's nice. That's
Yeah.
probably a pretty good practice.
Yeah, well, you shouldn't be eating too much sugar.
Yeah.
Rabbit, what's going on with you, dude?
not much.
No. Yeah, he isn't feeling very good. You did a great piece tonight, though.
Yeah. Hope you're feeling some better.
Aw.
All right. Well, Alan, would you like to explain yourself, sir?
Just set up for the Ace Volume 3. All the colors are done.
Nice.
I'm just working on the epilogue right now, and that's almost done too. So everything's good. I'm beat 2.
Oh.
I feel like I shared a limo with Chris Brown.
I
Congratulations.
don't know what
That's
that means. You shared a limo with Miss Brown. What does that mean?
Chris Brown.
Chris
Chris
Brown.
Brown.
Oh, he's a
Beat
violent singer. I get it. Okay. Very, very good. Well, thank you very much, Alan. And go check out his stuff. Check out all the stuff. And, of course, check out today's Casket Girls. Let me get to the other two before I switch over to talking to Bones Art. Jason, what you got going on, dude?
Hey y'all. Head down head down to my Instagram at creation.jason. And our Etsy is up, so you can head on there and get yourself a hoodie or t-shirt.
Nice.
At etsy.com/Gannett Enterprises 777. And if you want a commission from me, just contact me through Gmail at GannetEnterprises777@gmail.com. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much, Jason. Check those things out. Of course, Jeff's on it, and he's putting all the links over here, which is awesome. Rosa, what about you?
I love you and you and you, but especially tonight I love Bart and Johan. Great job.
Yeah, love you too.
Podcast. No, I love you. I had to be here, and I was like, I had family stuff, and I was like, I gotta be on DNQFE because Johan and Bonsai are on here. And so he did a great job with this. A really impressive looking little project, and so excited to see it again. And this is what's so fun about DNQFE is that we have people now. We have generations. I call it like generations of projects where we've been through the first project with these people. I remember the first time I met you guys, and now here it's like the third one. It's the third time. Or no, it's the second time.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Elrod. Oh, okay, go ahead.
No, yes, Elrod is eternal. There's a difference. But just that to be able to
Immortality is not easy.
yeah, it's this amazing project, and it's grown and it's gotten bigger, and now y'all are kind of famous and everything. So I just love it. So congrats. And watchyourthedam.com, see my books, go buy one. Finally got my thank you, whoever was listening out there. We finally got the review coming in for book 7. So I was like, oh, thank you, Jesus. And we got 5, so I'm like, yay, 5 stars. So that was awesome. And Herman helped me with that because he sort of put that out there too, that hey, she needs some reviews. So thank you so much. I love all of you. I love you.
Awesome.
Cheers.
Thank you very much, Rosa. All right, I'm going to go over here and take a look at the Kickstarter page with Johan and Bones Art. Let me go ahead and start with Johan. So, Johan, you guys have this this great project which has started out here. It's a really good looking project, and you guys are already starting to make some money. And you got plenty of time to continue with it. So, how you feeling about this one, Johan?
Yeah, it's great. It's almost twice the, but we want it to go to the stretch goals. I hope we could reach that. Yeah, we are hopeful, and yeah, I'm still doing PR for this.
Sure. No, of course.
Yeah.
But you do have a bunch of art finished. But definitely everybody listening, go over and check it out. Even if you don't back it yourself, please at least forward it, share it, right? The more exposure, the better, right? Let people look at it and come over because it is great art. It's a great idea, and it's got not only Johan with his art, but you also have Bones Art and his, legitimate use of history and fantasy together, which I appreciate. So thank you very much, guys. And let's go ahead and end this with Bones Art giving us his elevator pitch. Go ahead, dude.
Oh, my elevator pitch. So, yeah, the Association of Iftar overall is a very unique concept that combines steampunk, cosmic horror, and alternate history. The Casket Girls is, kind of like both a military exploration of the world, but also of its technology, which I'm very proud of how it turned out. Like I said, as you said, the art by Johan is amazing, so we're really happy with that. We reached our first stretch goal, so you get some art with that. Next to the books, we have all the books in the series here, but also the miniatures, STLs, including the Steampunk Mecha, which looks amazing, and the Anwin keychains. So go check it out. And also we have currently an art contest with the theme the Casket Girls. So you can try your luck with your art again. And oh my, we just reached exactly 2,000 euros. Thank you.
Oh, nice. Very good. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, the 200% exactly. Yes, and something else that I want to do for those who are interested, when we reach 75 backers, so that's 18 more to go. I want to do a digital art book, and if you want your Casket Girl inspire art to be in there, let me know. So yeah, please support it. Please share it with your friends. Even if you only have $1 to spare, that would be welcome because backers. And yeah, I'll leave it at that.
Awesome. And of course, there are
Also,
options. Well, there are also options here to pick up previous works, like the sticks here, Elysium, which we've already done with Anwin and things like that. I did see a picture here I thought was pretty interesting to me, Bones Art, because I was kind of wondering why your mechs were very wide. Why you had made that decision, and I'm curious. Is this picture showing me why? It's because they fit on a train car. Were you being practical?
Yes, this particular type is indeed very shallow for that reason. There is a version that's longer, more animal-like. So that's indeed one reason. It's also inspired by an actual existing machine called a racing mech or race prosthesis. They're still kind of like experimenting with the concept, I think. But that's the inspiration for this particular model. For the next models, I wanted to look a lot more advanced, that they have like traversing turrets and stuff.
Right.
This is gonna remain the workhorse.
No, it's cool. I appreciate creators who are practical and keep the world in mind with their work, and not just simply, spilling out ideas. You've taken time with this and thought about why things are and where they should be, and I appreciate that. That's really cool. So definitely go check this out, guys. Casket Girls, a very good-looking project with great art, and it sounds like a really interesting story. And of course, you can also pick up some of the other stuff. So thank you all very much, and we will see you next week, where I guess we're doing Devil's Flyers, Devil's Fly, or what is it? Close.
Yeah, Devil's Flyers.
Devil's Flyer. Why does that sound like a Little Red Wagon?
It probably is.
Or a
But it's
Schwinn.
But it's a guy with a rocket pack that looks like a devil or something
fair.
like that.
Okay. All right. But I just wonder if it was a double entendre. Nevertheless, come on back next week and we'll check that out. Sounds like we got a lot of friends of the show involved in that project, which is awesome. So get out there and check out Casket Girls, everybody. Jeff, take us out of here, man.
Namaste.
I'm off to bed.
And bye, Jeff.
Later, everybody.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you.